Welcome back, guys. This is episode 50. Wow, we're just a couple away from a year's worth of podcasts. Holy cow. I've been hitting this hard for like a year. Almost, anyways. We haven't gotten there yet, have we? Let's not put the horse before the cart before the horse. I never understood that phrase. Anyways, guys, this is Braydon Hopper. This is a Kansas City photographer that does really cool, amazing shots. And I think he incorporates Photoshop, and he just makes really awesome looking pictures. And he's just an all-around really cool dude, really fun to talk to. He's got a fun story, and we get into a lot of different stuff. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this episode. I hope you do as much as I enjoyed doing it. This will be definitely a guest that I will have on again. Definitely. We had too much fun, too much to talk about. So you guys, go check him out on Instagram, Braydon_Hopper, and you're going to be blown away by his stuff. He's really talented. And anyways, without further ado, gosh darn it, I almost did it. I got to say, don't forget to rate and review and subscribe if it's on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, all that stuff, you guys. And follow me on Instagram, too, while you're following him. Neanderthal Pod. And, yeah. Here we go. Episode 50.
Welcome to the Inner Talk Podcast. We'll no topic is off limits. Now here's your host, my daddy, and Roy the Soul. Oh wait, one more thing for me. Thank you for coming to the Inner Talk Podcast. Boom, swat, boom.
Did you do it? In 3, 2, 1. Boom, shellac. Boom! Here we are with Braydon Hopper. Oh my gosh.
I'm glad to be here, man. This is cool.
This is really cool.
Yeah, this is my first podcast. Slightly nervous because I go off on like these super passionate tangents sometimes.
Good.
And it's hard to pull me back. Like, whew.
That's why I brought you in here.
Oh, no.
It's because your Instagram, photographers are kind of a dime a dozen.
Yeah,
There's
they
a lot
are.
of good shit out there.
Yeah.
Not shit on the craft or nothing. What you do is incredible.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
But the reason I wanted you specifically was because your Instagram stories, and I'm like, dude, this dude's got some shit to say.
It's
and he just is looking for a platform more than just Instagram.
So for like Instagram, this is what I struggle with is like some of the things that I put in my stories, some of the things that I have to say, I have to cater to an audience per se. Like I can't full well just come unplugged and be exactly who I am.
On Instagram?
And I think, on Instagram and
You
any
can't?
type of platform. No.
You don't do that already?
You kidding me? Nobody.
I mean, you're kind of...
Nobody's exactly 100% authentic to who they are on that platform. Nobody. And that's okay.
No,
That's
you're
part,
right. You're right.
It's a part of selling yourself as a brand. Like, it's
right. It is a marketing tool.
Oh, 100%, especially for me.
Right.
Because I'm trying to position myself as like this brand influencer type, creator type, who's super inclusive and friendly, which I am to an extent. But there's times, when I'm sad or depressed or whatever, and it's like, I have to put on a happy face.
Right.
Kind of like how we talked about.
Right.
And that's like a whole part of that whole facade that you kind of
Yeah.
create. And I mean, everyone does it. Every girl does it,
Yep. Every girl does it. Every person does it.
Everyone does it. And that's okay.
Yep.
I get it. I totally get it. But to each their own. So, part of that, actually, what we were talking about earlier was like, I had this vision quest moment, like, probably, let's see, in January
Of this year?
Yeah.
So
You
just
ever
a few
seen the
months
movie?
ago.
Have you seen the movie Vision Quest?
No.
You haven't seen the movie Vision Quest?
What
How old
is
are
it?
you?
How dare you? A lady never asks. A gentleman never tells.
It's a gentleman never asks, a lady never tells. You're killing me, Smalls.
No, I know, but it's funnier when
It's
it's
an old movie, like a really old movie from the
I'm
80s.
I'm 39.
Oh, dude, you should have seen it. You know the song "Lunatic Fringe" by
How old
Red
are
Rider?
you?
I'm 26.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know what? You're 26?
Yeah.
I thought you were way older.
Yeah. I guess that's good.
Yeah. Not because of your looks, just because the way you carry yourself.
Oh, well,
I thought you were way
appreciate
older.
that. Yeah, that's a good thing, I
I
guess.
thought you were on my level. I mean, you
39? I didn't know.
Yeah.
I it's all relative to experience, right?
What?
It's all relative to experience.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But anyhow, you know the song "Lunatic Fringe," right?
Got me
Red
there,
Rider.
too.
Oh man,
Rider?
that's old '80s rock and roll.
I
man.
don't like 80s rock and roll.
You don't?
I hate it.
It's coming back hard right now.
Please don't. Go away, please.
Oh, okay. What are you into?
Hip hop.
Okay, what kind of hip hop? Old school, like Nas and.
I like a lot of the newer stuff. I like a lot of local stuff because I've
Really?
had some of them on the podcast.
Yeah.
And there's some dope artists locally.
I respect
And
that.
and so once you have them on the podcast, I had them on because I like their shit, right?
Yeah.
But then you're like, let me check out other local stuff. There are some fire hip hop artists in Kansas City. It's great.
Really?
Uh-huh.
To be honest with you, I don't listen to many locals. I don't even know where to find most of the locals.
Yeah, that's the thing because they're all independent.
Yeah,
So you just got to Instagram.
Oh yeah, that's
Do
true.
hashtags. How great are hashtags? Isn't that like how you run Instagram is all about
Yeah,
hashtags, right?
yeah.
Hashtag KC hip hop or Kansas City hip hop or like that
Anything
stuff.
specific to KC, yeah,
And just kind of or like find one like I can give you a list. I'll definitely give you a list
for sure.
of like some like just some dope rappers. But no, I like mainstream stuff too. Young Dolph, like Rich the Kid. I like Pusha T.
Pusha T. Oh yeah, Trouble on My Mind
Schoolboy
had me going for a
Q.
minute.
Kid Cudi.
What about Sunreal? You ever heard of him? A white guy from Canada.
No.
Dude.
There's this white dude I just what's that dude that's worked with Tech recently? Token.
Token.
Is
I
this
don't know
white
Token.
dude? Oh, dude, he is freaking good.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then so I got my Sublime shirt on, so
I'm
I
not
still
mad
like
at it.
I liked some '90s alternative.
Hell
311's
yeah.
my favorite band of all time.
No kidding? Oh, wow. It's weird when you run into 311 fans because they're so rare. I never run into 311 fans. I saw them in Westport when I was like 16 years old. I had no idea what I was getting into.
Modest Yahoo opened for him? Was it outside?
It was outside.
Yeah. Modest Yahoo opened for him. I was at that one.
I was there, and I was 16 years old. Had no idea what
That
I
was
was
about
walking
because
into.
you're 26. That was about
Yeah, and I did not realize how much weed was going to be in the audience. It was
Really?
I had no idea what 311 was about. Like
really? How'd you get into him? Why did you go to that concert?
So that was weird. I got introduced to it because I started playing guitar when I was like 12, and I was kind of experimenting, listening, and then I really got into 90s alternative. I got into like Collective Soul and all these other bands from the 90s, and then my guitar teacher / friend, he kind of dropped some 311 on me. He told me to listen to Down. And I was like, oh, dude, okay, what's this? And he told me to listen to Transistor.
Nice.
And I was like, that's a good tune. And I just kept diving in. And I was like, coincidentally, there was a concert not too long after that. I was like, oh, I'm just going to go, man. It was awesome. So good live.
They are so good live. They are one of those bands. If you don't, I don't know that there's many people that wouldn't really like them because they got that sound for everybody.
Yeah.
Like who wouldn't like them?
I don't know.
I mean, even if you're like a hardcore country fan, you go to a 311 concert, you're going to enjoy yourself.
Oh, I think so, yeah. Yeah, I actually, how do you feel about their latest album? They had that one song, 5 of Everything.
Even their latest stuff.
I know. It doesn't really sit super well with me.
I don't know how to think about it, to be honest, because I grew up with them. Like I said, I'm 39.
Yeah.
When I first heard Down, I was trying to skip out in junior class and like, hey, call my friend, like, hey, call in sick for me, pretend you're my mom. And then we'd go to a friend's house and listen to 311 and, partake.
Yeah. I'm not mad at you.
And so I grew up, I love the old stuff. And I want to support them and I love them and I want to see them grow. And they've always put out good stuff. But there is a point where you're like, it just doesn't feel the same.
Let me ask
you It's just
you
a little
this.
different, but it's still good music.
It is, but are you attached to the romanticized nostalgia accompanied to your youth and the early years of 311? You think that's part of it? And rightfully so. You should.
No, it's a good question. I haven't thought about it. I've said before on this podcast, music is a vehicle for time travel.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely brings back
Because like as I was just breaking down, I remember where I was the first time I heard Down was skipping out on trying to skip out in junior class with I can go back exactly where I was, the chick I was talking to, the conversation, this whole moment in this life. That would have been in like 96 probably.
Whew. Yeah.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
I have a horrible memory. And there's very few things I can just warp myself to. And that's one of those moments. And so that is a fair question. Do I associate that? And of course I do at some point, but still those songs, they're undeniable. The first 311's album.
Yes.
Music. It's incredible.
100%.
It's every Grassroots, the 311 Blue album. I mean, just every album. Those first 3 albums to me, maybe even 4, are just like the first 3 for sure. Every single song is fire. Like you don't have to skip a song on there.
Let me ask you this: how many bands do you know of who, from beginning to the end, have consistently stayed amazing? Like every album.
Oh, they're the only ones, right?
Okay, the only band I would argue that would be as consistently good as Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd from 1967 to 1984. Now, they didn't have Roger Waters in 1984 when they released Momentary Lapse of Reason.
Yeah.
But, every album was phenomenal.
How many albums did they put out? 311's put out a ton. I mean, 311's put out some albums.
Okay. Well, if you count The Wall as a double disc.
Welcome to the 311 episode.
Yeah, right?
There are so many people that are just going to be like, we do not care about 311. Damn, you get a couple 311 gigs together.
I know. It's hard because we don't run into each other in the real world. Out in the wild, you never see another 311
gig. My age, we ran around quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like we ran in circles. Like you go to these. I've been going to 311 concerts for a long time, and there was the first one I ever went to. We rented a bus. We had a couple kegs on there. Some people allegedly had like mushrooms and other things on there. I think, and it was a really good time. And then
I bet it was.
This whole bus, it was basically all stranger. Like it was acquaintances. Like I know you. You know something like. I would have brought Robin, you would have brought some of your friends all on this one bus. Mm-hmm. And so then everyone comes together like this big 311 family, and then you just create relationships for times after that. So
that's cool.
It wasn't as rare for me, but for you as a younger man, for sure. Because how many 26-year-olds, 27-year-olds are listening to
None.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm completely alone. I can only talk about like that kind of music with older people.
Right.
As weird as that is to say, like my uncle's 42 and he loves 311, so like we get along great.
Yeah. I imagine it's gonna be kind of the same way when I was growing up and my dad was listening to Led Zeppelin and The Doors and all that stuff, and I was like, I love this stuff.
That's so good.
I'm hoping I have a couple kids. I'm hoping when they get older, they're going to be like, oh, I love this 311 album, Dad. This is great.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get that. I worry about that. I worry that my kids are going to have crap taste in music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got kids?
No, I want kids.
But you're already worried about it.
Yeah, man.
You already want kids.
Slow
down, fella. Slow down. You got a lot of shit to accomplish.
I am. I'm definitely slowed down. I realized that after my first marriage, like, I need to hold off on the kid thing, dude.
You were married, huh?
Yeah.
You remind me, if you don't mind me saying, of a young me. It's really freaky. It's really freaky, man.
Oh, that's cool. No, that's cool. Yeah, I was married once. I got married young.
Yeah.
Yeah, whole like high school romance thing. Get married and then find out like that's probably not the best time to get married that young.
No.
Learn that lesson real quick.
Not anymore. Not this day and age.
No.
We live past 35 these days.
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, anyhow, so like, and during that time, I realized like, okay, having had that experience and having a grand new perception of relationships and like where I want to be and like my quintessential ideological type of relationship in which I'm going to build the foundation of a family, that wasn't right. That wasn't it. And I was like, okay, put that on pause. Kids way later on down the road. Mm-hmm. But I think about it.
Yeah, kids are awesome.
Yeah.
But they're not for everybody.
No.
And it's definitely good to wait.
I know.
I mean, especially with you. I mean, look how much energy. You've got the energy for kids.
I do.
But you need to absolutely harness that energy for what you got going on, trying to chase that dream. Like we had mentioned before the podcast.
Yeah.
How many times do we have great conversations before the podcast? I just need to hit record immediately and then like have like 10 minutes that I just sell for like Patreon people.
There you go. Yeah, that's smart.
Somebody help me out with Patreon. Help me monetize this shit. Just kidding.
I get it.
I don't have enough people to monetize yet, I don't think. I just looked at my analytics today.
Yeah.
Half my listeners are in Kansas and Missouri.
That's good.
That is good.
Yeah, local support. Nothing wrong with that at all.
It's great.
Yeah.
I'm going for the Pitch Awards best local podcast in Kansas City. So
I
half
respect
my
that. I like
listeners
that.
are in KC.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keeping this guy going. Inviting me on. Very cool. So before we went off on a long tangent about music.
That wasn't even music. That was just 311. Fanboy on 311. Let's get back to something else.
Yeah. So we were talking about, like, I had this 3-month hiatus of, like, where I was in a down place, and it was like I was listening
3
to
months
JRE.
ago?
Yeah, it was January.
Oh,
sorry.
that's right. I
'Cause
believe
I stopped making any content altogether for a hot fucking second.
I know you did. And did you make a video about that?
Kinda, yeah.
I think did I reach out to you then?
I don't know.
Maybe I wanted to. I remember when that happened, and I either reached out to you or I wanted to reach. I feel like you probably would have hit me back if I did reach out to you, because you were pretty.
I'm pretty responsive to people.
Yeah.
Unless I get some weird messages though.
Do you?
Dude.
I
Some
saw your
weird
pictures. Yeah, we had a
messages.
little DM back and forth the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, I get some odd stuff from people, but
What? Like what? All right, for folk, most people listen to this.
yeah.
Braydon here. Everybody knows me. Whatever. You guys know how I am. I like the ladies.
I like him
Braydon
too.
here's a dime piece. He is a little cutie pie. I mean, he's
Appreciate you.
he looks good. Like I said, he reminds me of a young me. He's basically me at 20. Anyways, and he's got quite the following on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a photographer, and he not only is he a dime piece, but he takes pictures of dime pieces.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
I do. I'm very privileged and allowed to do so, and I think that part of, and I hate to say this without trying to be egotistical or vain by any means, but I definitely use this as an opportunity, as a gateway into that upper echelon of society that is plethora of beautiful women.
You got it. Flaunt it.
I know. Yeah, I try.
You do it.
I try.
So anyway, so to have that kind of, I hate this word, but I love this word at the same time, to kind of flaunt that clout.
Yeah.
It comes with some territory, with some DMs. What kind of DMs are you getting?
Okay, so most of the girls that send you DMs trying to actually get at you.
They are?
Some, yeah, I do get some DMs.
What you got? I'd love to hear what the DM life of an Instagram dude like this is, because I've talked to the chicks.
Yeah.
I know an Instagram model really well.
Yeah.
I know that side of the aspect. I'm not interested in that. I know what dudes are. Dudes are creeps.
No,
Here's a dick pic. Here's a dick pic. Hey, check this out. You like that?
Yeah.
I'm interested. What's the dude that's got it?
Okay, so it's this weird thing because I'm a photographer. Now, there was a long dry spell where I wasn't getting any DMs. It was really weird. Like, you know when it rains, it pours. And then all of a sudden, like the other day, I put out there that, like, the kind of the social perception of, like, somebody like me and the amount of DMs I get, all of a sudden the next day, you would not believe how many I got. But the thing is, most of the girls that send you DMs actually trying to get at you, actually trying to go out with you, are not really girls you want to.
Really?
Yeah, they're not really. It's the really dimies.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little more coy about it. They're
How so? What are they gonna do?
So I put
comment on a picture. Or?
Oh no, they do stuff like that. They'll heart a million things, and then they'll try and be like super nonchalant about things. But it's the really really hot dimies. What they'll do is they'll be like, oh, we'll do a photo shoot, and then I will talk to them a little bit, kind of get a vibe, kind of see the lay of the land. Like, are they just trying to get at me, or do they actually want photos? Right.
Uh-huh.
And then a couple questions here and there, and then what I'll do is I'll put this statement out there, and this is my engagement statement. I'll put it out there and I'll go, by the way, I'm super professional.
Right.
We don't date if we shoot. You ain't got a chance. It's locked down. If you're in frame, you're out of luck.
You don't dip the pen in the company ink.
Ever.
You don't do it.
No, because unfortunately the way like the kind of culture is around it, if you're perceived as like this strongly heterosexual, advantageous male who's like hooking up with models.
Banging with all the models.
Dude,
you're doing it for the wrong reason.
You're getting clipped. Like,
For
and
sure.
it's super clicky.
Who wants to work with that?
Nobody.
Nobody
No,
does.
If you have to,
for
you have to
sure.
worry about being predatorized, or is that even a word?
Yeah, it is.
Worrying about like a predatory person.
Look
when
that
you go
up
to
on the
photo shoot.
Neanderthal dictionary. Preterized. It is in there.
So yeah, it kind of goes to that territory. But once I put that statement out there, either their tune changes to immediately, we're like, oh, we don't have to do a photo shoot.
Nice.
Or they go
Let's
straight
do
to the
the-
photo
yeah.
shoot. So that's like my gauge.
Yeah,
when I'm
asshole.
saying it.
I'm way above you. You think I want you? I really want pictures. I respect you, bro.
So I genuinely sometimes I'm like, I get a vibe and I'm like, oh, this chick might just be into me.
Uh-huh.
And I'll put it out there, and then they'll be like, no, I just want photos. I'm like, oh, damn it. I wish you didn't want to go on a date with me. It happens. But actually, this Friday I got a date.
Nice. What's his name?
Jake.
Nice.
Jake from State Farm. No, I'm just kidding. No, dude, she's stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those deals. I put it out there. I was like, yeah, we either do photos or we don't. She's like, well, I kind of feel awkward doing photo shoots, so let's go on a date. I
Oh,
was like,
nice.
I was like, ugh.
What are you gonna do? This will be out in a couple weeks. You won't have to worry about it. This
I'm
will
not
come
worried
out
about it.
after your date.
I have no idea what I'm going to do. Honest to God.
This
I
Friday.
hadn't
You
even,
got a
I
week.
hadn't even thought about it. I'm so busy, dude. I don't even have time to think about that kind of thing.
Where do you live?
Tonganoxie, Kansas.
Shh, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, 45 minutes away.
Why?
Why? All right, so after I got out of the Marine Corps, I wanted to buy a house. Well, no. Start over. I got out of the Marine Corps. I had no money in my fucking pocket. I was broke as a joke. Like, on the way driving back from San Diego to Kansas City, my truck broke down. I blew a head gasket through a rod in
Where?
the middle of the fucking desert.
Oh my god.
In between California and Arizona.
Are you kidding me?
Dude, you want to talk about worst case fucking
Did
scenario?
you have a cell phone?
Yeah, I had a cell phone.
Was
but
it daytime?
No fucking signal. Couldn't get shit. Luckily, I know enough about motors. I'm a bit of a gearhead. I know enough.
I don't know shit.
Okay.
I would have been so screwed.
I knew the situation that I was in. I was like, oh, fuck. I'm screwed right now. But I had a rod knocking a blown head gasket.
It just
Let the
happened.
motor
You're
cool.
just driving, and all of a sudden, bam!
Yeah, pretty much like that. All of a sudden,
No
I started
warning?
loss of power. What'll happen is when your motor starts to overheat, you'll have a loss of power. It'll start to die down. Then all of a sudden, it'll cut out and die. And then was when I went to go start it that I heard the rod actually knocking in the internals. And if you don't know, the rod is one of the main connecting components between the combustion chamber and the actual crankshaft
That's
that
right.
turns everything.
That's right. If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know. And I heard it knocking when I went to go hit the starter. And I was like, oh, no. So I let the motor cool down, and a cop came and pulled up on me.
Thank
Now,
God, right?
no, I was scared to death because I had expired tags on my truck at the time, too.
That's a ticket.
Well, yeah, I still didn't
You
want
got
to take
drugs
it
on you?
No drugs
No,
on me. It
'cause you're the
just got
Marines,
out.
So
just
there's
got
nothing
out.
to be worried about.
No, but it's still, there's nothing worse than like just giving them any kind of suspect, because I had a tarp over my bed
There's
with
nothing
duct
worse.
tape on it.
There is worse. Let me
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you, there's worse.
No
I've had
doubt.
some Arizona drives that were a little make your butthole pucker up a little
Oh,
bit.
no.
But continue.
A little tight little balloon knot.
Yes, the little blue knot.
So for some reason, it actually killed my battery too at the same time. This was
Really?
like a plethora of all the shittiness all at once. He jump starts me. I'm able to keep him to the throttle, fuel the motor over to the next town. I get to the next town, try and figure out what's going on, realize I have a blown head gasket, drive it over to a rent-a-car place. At the time, I was 23. I couldn't even rent a car, but I had
25.
I had
Gotta be 25 to rent a car.
but I had this one thing. They were temporary assigned duty orders to go home, and everyone gets them when they get out. And I was like, oh, I'm on orders, so I lied. And the lady rented me the car.
Nice.
And it was every dime that I had to my name, every last penny I had to my name to put down on that, and I had enough
To get
home. And I came home literally with no money.
You
in
had
my
family
pocket.
here?
I had my dad. Yeah, I moved right in with my dad.
Nice. Is he in Tonganoxie?
No, Baser. It's like 15
Oh,
minutes
yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Hop, skip, and jump away. So I'm like broke as a joke. I'm like, I gotta get a job. Started working doing flooring,
What kind of flooring?
installation, tile work, wood floor refinishing, all that kind of
Fucking
stuff.
crazy. I did flooring.
Yeah, I come from a whole family of floor
I did
workers.
carpet.
Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah, I did that for a long time.
That shit
I'm
sucks.
so glad I don't do that anymore. So glad. My back's messed up as I got a bad back partially because of that. Other stuff too.
My old man did 10 years of it in the union, and he is beat to death over it.
It's bad.
Yeah,
Flooring
knees,
sucks.
all that stuff. So I'm working 2 jobs. So I take all my skill sets I got from being a helicopter mechanic, and I go, all right, I'm going to do this stuff in the civilian world. I'm working at the airport, working for Southwest, making like $14 an hour, slaving away, and it was terrible. Dude.
Did you get free airline tickets?
Sucking.
Like free?
No.
Really?
No, it was a contracted like company.
$14 an hour and you don't get to fly wherever you want on Southwest?
It was terrible. It was the
man.
worst job, and I had the worst boss. Anyhow. And then I discovered photography like shortly after that. So
really?
Yeah. I you know what? The whole reason I even got into it was somebody tried to rip me off.
How did you? Yeah.
So this girl.
Oh, I was assuming you're like this lifelong artist kind of guy. Always.
I've had a lot of.
You just happened to do it when you were? Would you say 23?
I was 23. Yeah.
3 years?
Yeah. Well, kind of. Yeah. About that. No, 24. No. Oh, yeah. So
2 years?
Yeah, about 2 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
What do they call that? A wonderkin.
It was this. Well, I've always had like an artistic touch. I've always been a drawer, painter. Even when I was in boot camp in the Marine Corps, I was the designated artist recruit. I was the artist recruit. I was always painting campaign covers and doing stuff for the drill instructors. It was just good and bad.
Right.
Because you don't want your name to be out there because they'll fuck with you more.
Never volunteer in the military.
No shit.
Yep.
No shit. Worst thing ever.
Nope.
But anyhow, so back to originally where I was, working the shitty job, and then I ended up getting another job where I'm currently employed now. But my dad told me something that just stuck with me. One, and I think it's just because he wanted to kick me out of the house really bad. He was tired of me because I was coming home late and boozing with women and stuff.
Being
and
a 23-year-old dime piece.
Banging chicks out in the bedroom next to him.
Yeah.
Being such an asshole. And
when aren't dudes an asshole?
At
like,
that
when
age.
do they stop? When does a dude stop being an asshole?
I think 25 is like the threshold year where like you either roll over to start like figuring out your shit or you don't. I really do think 25. I think that goes for women too.
I think 27.
27? Okay. I can see that, yeah.
I think 27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was an asshole though.
25 is when you're, frontal cortex.
Yeah, that's when it's fully developed. Yeah.
So then get a couple years of riding that new chassis.
New high. Yeah.
Get used
Getting
to
a
what
feel
it's
for
like
it,
being in
yeah.
it. Couple years of that, and then boom.
Oh, then I'm curious to see where I'm going to be at in a year. I'm very curious
You're
to see
halfway
where my
there.
perception of things. It's vastly changed just in the last year. But my dad, he sits me down and he goes, son, every king needs his own castle. And I was like, it was so cheesy and kind of like whatever. But my dad he's never one to like give me a lot of lessons or like give me tidbits of knowledge in regards to that. And I was like, shit, you know what? I am a fucking king. I'm going to go buy a fucking house and be my own man.
Wow.
Yeah, so I did.
At $14 an hour.
I just got a job making $17 an hour.
$17 an hour. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, right? Living large. Oh,
Right.
I was thirsty then. I was struggling.
You don't need much at that age anyways.
No.
I mean, a one-bedroom house, two-bedroom house.
Two-bedroom house, yeah.
60 grand, 70 grand, you can afford that.
I paid $100K.
There you go.
Yeah, but I used my VA loan and stuff like that.
Oh,
and it worked
okay.
out pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, low interest and all that stuff. But yeah.
And that was
bought
in Tonganoxie?
Yeah, in Tonganoxie. It's cheap. It's nice out
It
there.
is,
Nice
I was
little
going to say it's
community.
cheap, probably no.
No
I
real.
always struggle when someone brings up Tonganoxie.
What's that?
I banged a chick from Tonganoxie in high school.
Nice. Me too.
I bet you did. Where'd you go to high school?
Shawnee Mission Northwest. I grew up in the JO.
Okay.
Yeah.
My senior year, I was at Leavenworth.
Oh, no shit. That's a rough school. Or I don't know if it was back then, but it is now.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
How so?
White people are definitely a minority in that school nowadays.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
At Leavenworth?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I played
Good.
him in football. I think there was one white kid on the entire football
They were
team.
awful, yeah.
And they're still terrible at football.
They were awful when I was there. They were awful. But that was just my senior year.
Okay.
And, yeah, as I said in the Open Belly podcast, what did I say, Robin? You remember? Fuck Leavenworth.
Fuck Leavenworth.
That's what I said.
I like that. I like that.
I should get a shirt. You think I could sell a shirt that says Fuck Leavenworth?
Probably, yeah. Probably to every town around Leavenworth. Yeah.
Lansing
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and Lawrence would like, yes, please. Give me 3 of them.
Yes, no shit.
All right. I need help. Somebody make me a fuck Leavenworth t-shirt.
Actually, I got a guy for that.
Really?
Yeah, I know
Really?
a lot of t-shirt makers.
I actually do have a couple designs for a t-shirt that I would like to make.
Pass them over. I got a guy.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's what I love about this podcast and even more about Kansas City.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a good community.
It
It's
is.
so good. I lived in San Diego and people were dicks out there.
Well, it's a military town.
Well, not even that. It's just the preconceived notions that are accompanied to those people and those singular-minded ways of living. It definitely is a part of like the social dichotomy of living in a place like that, where you have so many people attached to such. I hate
What
to
are you
say
talking
this.
about?
Well, I'm trying to be.
I'm
very,
lost here.
I'm trying to be very careful about how I say this.
We don't do careful on this podcast. No topic is off limits.
It might be a military town, but there's a lot of left-wing
Oh,
ideology.
okay, for sure.
Very strong left-wing ideology. So much so.
Really?
So much so.
I thought that was more of a conservative town.
No.
Okay.
I would go to.
I mean, not conservative like say like rural Kansas, but as far as California goes, I thought it was more because it was military, more of a
Think about the polarity of it. You
less
have
less San Francisco-ish, I guess.
okay, yes, very much so less San Francisco-ish, but you have to think about when you have such a strong conservative community of military, then just like in everything in life, there's polar opposites. So you have
Yin
a
and yang.
significantly stronger amount of conservative type mindset military folk than you have the far left in equal number.
Really?
So like so much so, if I went to a bar and I'd walk up to a girl that was definitely eyeing me or whatever, or that I was attracted to, she would see my haircut and immediately go, no.
Because you're military and probably
Yep.
conservative.
Yep. Oh, yeah. The hasty preconceived notions of like I'm an ignorant conservative because
Yeah.
I was in the military ran rampant in no matter what circle I was in. It was crazy, dude. Crazy.
Yeah. We could get political.
I don't want to. I don't want to. It was just weird, the polarity of like the two ideologies in that particular town and how left it was, which I'm okay with. I tote the line of the middle. I don't really give a fuck.
Me neither.
I really don't fucking care.
I don't. And when you're in the middle, it's so fun to watch both sides.
It is. I just think they're hilarious.
Isn't it just to watch both of these sides who they don't care about the truth.
No.
The far left and the far right don't care about the truth. They want to hear things that agree with their ideology.
They want to live in a vacuum, and it's all tribalism.
Yes, it is. It's really dangerous, and it's growing, and it's really concerning. And I don't know what to do about it. I mean,
I think that you're going to see.
It's weird. We're in a weird place where so many people just are disregarding history, and they don't even have to look that far back to figure out what the hell is going on, and they just want to ignore it. The left and the right. I have more issues kind of with the left because I don't think they're as combined together because the left is eating itself.
Oh, I see it all the time. It's crazy. I see it just in Kansas City locally. I see people doing it, chopping each other's head off. It's like, oh, you guys are supposed to be together. Like, what's going on here?
I think it's kind of
that comes from moral grandstanding. They're all trying.
Moral grandstanding is out of this fucking world.
Yes,
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, who can be the best morally justifiable?
Morally superior.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's really gross. It's really gross.
This is the tact I take anytime somebody brings up their political opinions or views. I go, well, opinions are like assholes and everyone's got one, and I don't want to see yours.
And they all stink.
Yes.
Yep.
They all do. So I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, we shouldn't go down too
No.
political, but
no, we're trying to avoid it, but we keep snaking back towards it.
when you're in the middle, though, you can do that because
Yeah.
it is just fun to watch. It is fun. I was just thinking about this last night that because it is tribalism, so it is like a big football game.
Yeah.
And it is like the Olympics every 4 years. This next election with Trump is kind of exciting.
Is it?
Yeah. There's going to be some it's like, yes, it's exciting because Trump's going to win.
Oh, no doubt about it. 100%.
Okay. You say that.
100%.
The left they're like, no way. No way. We can't wait till 2020. We cannot wait because he's gone. He's out here. They think there's not a chance he's getting reelected. And he's going to get reelected. I cannot wait to see these just leftists just bawling their little eyes out. Just, why no? Like, it's just going to be so fucking hilarious.
It will be.
And I'm telling you right now, I'm not voting for Trump.
I don't vote at all.
Yeah,
I
I voted for Gary Johnson last time. I'd like to see a little extra. Damn, do you have alcohol? Is that all you have? Did you bring anything? Can I have all of this, or do you want some? Sorry, guys. What am I drinking here, young Robin?
Oh no! Oh no! God, that's funny.
Oh, JRE, you were there.
He's gonna talk about Kanye West now.
Yeah, and these you got Yeezys on right now?
God, it's a $1 pair of shoes.
You know, the funny thing was, before the podcast started, Braydon here is a JRE, a Joe Rogan fan.
Yeah.
And another big
one.
reason that me and him connected about a year ago, right? It's been a little over a year, I think, that he's a big JRE fan as well. So
It's hard not to. It's hard not to drink the Kool-Aid. You get so much value out of the content. And that's, you know what, the structure of how he builds his podcast, it's all completely transparent. Like he's not trying to be
when you spend that much time. Before we started it again, you talked about my podcast with the Kansas City people.
Yeah.
And like that's how it is. That's just who you are when you're in front of this mic for as many hours as you are. Just you come out.
Yeah.
And then that's when you get the real gut check of how many people are listening and not listening and falling off, or you're just like, oh, they didn't like that one.
No. Yeah. But JRE, the way he is transparent, and I think
wine? Is this wine?
Yeah, it's a sport.
Ew.
It's a sparkling wine.
Oh my God.
It's not bad. I'm not mad at it.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
You can judge me all you want.
I'm not judging. Let me ask you this.
All right.
I struggle with this right now in my content creation. Everything that I do, I realize that in order to garnish a certain amount of loyalty from people, and it sounds super egomaniacal, but that's part of like being a fan is loyalty. Like I'm a loyal fan of JRE because of the value that I'm able to extract from the content.
Right.
So how do you struggle with that? Or do you?
With what?
The value, providing something of value, of substance. Like
for people listening to this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay.
It's my guests.
Okay.
I hope that people value my judgment in my guests that I bring on.
Okay.
Because I don't just ask anybody. I could have just anybody. Everyone wants to be on a podcast and talk about themselves. I could go get whoever. But I bring people that I want to talk to. I bring in people that I'm interested in and that I think really, it's really selfish that I want to talk to. But I think I've had enough. Golly, how far do you want to go down this rabbit hole?
Go ahead.
I've been a podcast. I've been to podcast school, basically. I've been listening to podcasts for 12 years.
Yeah.
And it just becomes, you just understand at least what I like about podcasts and what I think makes a podcast good. And that's why one of the reasons I started this. And so I feel like my value is getting the good people in here and getting good conversations.
Yeah.
And so that's my value. It's not me. I don't think I have much. I'm just a dude that has nice equipment.
Yeah, you definitely do.
That's what I tell people.
This is a dope setup.
Thanks,
I like
man.
this.
I appreciate it.
It's a dope setup.
That's what I have to. I offer a place for people like you to come in and have a fun podcast.
No, this is cool.
So that's my value. It's just, hey, I have cool people on.
Yeah.
It's not me. It's you.
I like that. Very cool. Very cool mindset.
It is what it is, man.
Okay, so I struggle with that.
With what?
Providing value.
Okay.
Because out on Instagram, it's like you're either really good looking and you're providing somebody an image of you,
right?
That they
an IG model or just it's something that's pleasurable to your eyeballs.
Yes. Yeah, and that's like
that's what Instagram is.
Yeah,
that's all Instagram is.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yep.
So there's nothing to feel bad or egotistical about. everyone is on Instagram for the same reason, because I want to please my eyes.
Well, yeah,
We have fat people because people want to please their mouths.
Yep. I struggle with some parts of that. And I would struggle with separating the vanity from actual value. Like, what can I offer you as a person that's going to help you? So
Okay.
right now, I'm definitely...
I gotcha.
My
More
niche-
than just, that
more
looks cool for 30 seconds.
Yes, more than just like the artistic representation of the reality that I perceive.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because that's ultimately what a photo is to me. I see a photo, I'm going to fuck with it until I think it looks artistic and neat and jumps out at you and makes you kind of like go, oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
Okay.
Double tap and then move on. Which kind of sucks too, because I feel like I'm whoring out
Right.
my work. Like the moment it touches the platform, I hate everything I've ever made. The moment it touches the platform, I fucking hate it.
I get that.
It
I think I
grosses
can
me out.
understand that.
It's me.
But what else would you have done with that?
That's a good question. I don't think I can do anything else with it. I think that's
It's
part
just gonna sit on your memory drive, and you're gonna be like, that was a dope picture of that chick with her tattoos here
Yeah.
with the sun here.
Yeah.
That was a dope picture, but no one's gonna see it.
Yeah.
So you got it. So
You got to share it.
so you're doing something with it,
Yeah.
and it's something. It's creating positivity.
I try to.
I understand there's negative aspects of social media and Instagram,
Are you kidding me?
especially with young girls.
It's a social sickness. And I know what I'm the worst part about it. I'm aware that I am contributing to the massive amount of insecurity that a lot of these young women have.
Yeah,
I am
you
a
are.
part of that.
You are,
And
aren't you?
Oh yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, I'm a fucking asshole.
I have a daughter. Get out of my fucking studio right now, you son of a bitch! Get him out, Robin!
All right.
Get him out!
It might be a little. That might have been a little much, but I am part of. I am
No, I
one
get it.
small cog in the
sure.
machine
Right.
that is doing touch-ups and making women look way more. Trust me, a lot of the models that you see, they don't look as good as in my photos as they actually do in real life.
Robin, pull him up. Show me which ones.
You'd be surprised. A lot of them, I spend some time making them look dimey.
I tell you what, and I'm not going to ask you to comment or say anything. You can wink at me. Don't put the camera on him. Put it on me. The last chick, what was it? Callie, OG, Callie, what's her name?
Mercedes is her name. Cali Model Official. She
Cali
actually
Model
just changed
Official.
it. She just changed her Insta
doesn't
name.
have very many followers, which
No,
is
she does
unbelievable.
not. She
She's
just
a
started this.
She a wink at me. The camera's on me. It's not on you.
Okay.
Wink at me if she's a dimey dime in real life. Yeah. That's what I kind of figured.
Yeah. That's not a lot of
All
work.
right, she's not that one. Okay.
No. There's not a lot of work going into that one. She's not one of those. I don't have to do a lot of caressing of the photo to make that photo look good, if you know what I mean. And that's like idealistically what I'm always looking for. Something
She's
like
a
that.
dimey
Oh yeah.
dime.
Yeah, she knows it too.
Of course she does. You
Oh,
can tell
yeah.
she knows it.
I love that though.
But
I
you know
do.
what? How many followers does she have? She ain't that dimey. Next.
Yeah. So, well, even then, like I take these women, especially, and I think it's worse when it comes to like Facebook, when my stuff goes on Facebook, because a lot of the people, when they take my photos, they put them out there and go, oh, look at this photo shoot I did. The people in that platform are much more closer. They're like family. They're like high school friends, and they're comparing their life, their boring, monotonous life, a lot of the times to this beautiful photo that encompasses all these things. And they're like, that bitch, why does she get to look that good? And, you know, to be honest with you, a lot of the times when my stuff goes to that platform, they're just doing it to show off to their old high school friends. You know, they are. I know it. I'm not dumb.
Right.
They're just like, oh, look at me. I know what it is. I'm
Yeah.
fucking dumb.
That's funny.
But it does.
Women are so. Dudes do it too, right?
Oh, for sure.
You take a lot of pictures of dudes.
Not that many.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think dudes just aren't super into getting their photos taken off. Like there's a couple in
And
Kansas
the dudes
City.
that are interested in that, you're probably not having a good time with them.
There are some actually really cool fucking dudes
Really?
in the community. Oh yeah, really cool dudes.
They're like, "Hey, come take a picture of me. I'm so good looking, but I'm also really cool."
They're kind of like that.
I'm not saying that doesn't exist.
No.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, that they do like. So I have a buddy that does like parkour. So we take like parkour photos. And he's like leaping over stuff, doing
Parkour.
backflips and stuff. It's actually kind of cool photography.
Parkour's
to do.
dope.
It is.
I'd
could
like
never
to see.
do that
I would
shit.
like to see that in real life.
Yeah, it's.
I'd like to watch
crazy.
this guy. Does he just go like does he do it randomly? Like, oh, hey, there's something, or does he like, hey, it's Saturday, it's noon, I'm gonna go parkour every Saturday, or like, how does that work?
I don't actually know. I just tell him to show up, and I'm like, do a backflip over here, and he's like, got you, fam, and he just does it, and I take a photo of it, and it's fucking cool. It's really cool. It's like a little Spider-Man. But yeah, there's all kinds of different dudes who have their niche and like have this specialized thing that they're into. Like I know a couple the fitness community.
Oh, there you go.
A lot of the dudes in there are trying to get their pictures taken.
Well, that's what they're doing anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, but for the most part, no, not too many guys. Mostly chicks for me.
So earlier we were saying some of the DMs that you get aren't from the chicks that you want.
Yeah.
What are some of the weird ones? Like, what's like some of the weirder DMs?
Okay. So I get like they're not like sexual or anything. Like these girls they're trying to play cool because a lot of the girls that DM me, they're already insecure about themselves to begin with. A lot of the ones that do.
Okay.
So what they'll do is they'll try and play the friend card. Be like, oh, let's get some coffee sometime, which will turn into
like a random DM. Hey,
yeah.
let's go get coffee.
Hey, you look pretty cool. I like your photos. Like, let's hang out sometime. I'm like, all right,
That's
okay.
it. That's
Really simple. That's how it starts, and then it turns into like.
that's so bull. You know, a guy can't do that.
No.
I can't go to a dime on Instagram and say, hey, I really like your yoga pants. You want to meet me at Messenger Cafe
Yeah.
this weekend?
Yeah. Yeah. You can't do that.
I
as
can't.
A guy.
I can't
Super
do
creepy.
That.
It's
Yeah.
just creepy. But girls, they can do it all the time, and so they're pretty smart about it. So they'll once they do that, they establish themselves. They'll like a bunch of photos. That's pretty common. That's a typical trait. And then they'll just slowly comment on my stories, like one little thing here, one little thing there. But I'm like, I hate that I do this, but I actually respond to every message.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Nice. Good for you.
It's I try to
You
be
got
nice.
to. You have to.
It's a part of me like establishing loyalty and building my brand and following. But not only
Exactly.
that, like
But to be accessible.
they're-
People
yeah,
want that.
Yeah, being inclusive, like
Yeah.
letting people in and showing respect. Like you took the time out of your day to send me this. Like I should at least take a second to send you something back if I have that second.
I was
of course.
surprised when you got back to me.
Why?
I'm an insecure chick that would DM you.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
Every time I reach out to someone to be on the podcast, I'm putting myself out there.
Of course.
And I'm always assuming they're going to come to me and they're going to see, oh, I have 850 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, well, Instagram's a kind of a messed up platform.
But I'm
for
just
what
saying,
you're doing.
for what I'm doing, it's not for what I'm doing. But people would, I use it because, hey, hopefully you saw my Instagram and said, oh, this dude's legit. He actually, it's not some dude with his phone in front of a table at a McDonald's. Like he has a legit studio.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't know. So that's kind of the reason why I have the Instagram is like when I ask people, they might not see that I have a lot of followers, but if they come actually look at my post, like, oh, this dude's actually doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it still surprises me when someone with, a lot of followers or someone with hashtag clout says, "Oh
God,
yeah,
that word." It's
yeah, I'll do your
unavoidable.
podcast.
It's unavoidable, that word.
Yeah, it really is.
I know a lot of clout chasers, and I can tell.
I love
can
that word.
tell.
That's my favorite word, is a clout chaser.
Oh yeah, you can tell when they all of a sudden, like I'll host these events where people will come and meet up, and you can tell, like you can pick out the clout chasers almost instantaneously. Oh yeah,
It's hilarious.
yeah. They're a trip. The whole deal is the whole social dichotomy of clout chasing is a fucking trip, and what people will do or be willing to do to manipulate or garnish favoritism or opportunity, fucking weird.
Okay. See, all I do is I reach out to someone, like I said, I want, and I just say, hey, will you do my podcast, basically?
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what I said to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's that insecurity because I'm putting myself out there. Hey, someone that has 850 followers, asking someone with 10,000 followers, hey, will you come and talk to me?
Unfortunately, I feel like you're completely justifiable in kind of having that kind of sense of insecurity because what is associated with a lot of followers is like maybe nose in the air, like maybe I'm too good for anybody of a lower echelon of following.
Exactly.
Which is fucking bullshit. Like
Kinda.
I'm no better than anyone. I'm no better than the guy who just got his camera and started taking photos and he has 200 fucking followers.
Right.
I'm no fucking better than that guy.
Right.
Period. I've just been grinding at it longer. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to.
Yeah.
No, and just the same as like in comparison, like if you were to sit down and compare yourself to like Jerry in your podcast, well, yeah, he's great, but in no way, shape, or form would he ever look down on you for doing what you're doing. He would praise you.
Oh,
if
yeah,
anything.
he would.
He would be totally 100% supportive.
No, he would. Actually, I have a couple. He's got a couple speeches, if you will, or episodes where he talked to Dan Carlin and Kevin Smith about this very thing. Like, if you got a passion for it, just start a podcast. He goes, just start it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, just do it. He's got like, if you're passionate, I don't know. He's got a couple motivational speeches with both those guys that I like to listen to every now and then. They kind of gave me a little kick in the ass too. It's like, yeah, just do it. Because for a long time, I was just saying, oh, I should do it. I should do it. And I was like, yeah, let's just stop saying I'm going to do it. Just do it.
Fuck yeah. JRE does that. He got my shit together. Listening to JRE literally turned my life in a 180 degrees.
That's really crazy.
Yeah, that's how impactful it was. Some of the
so you're living in Tonganox.
Yeah,
in a new house.
Yeah, so I'm moving into my house, and then I'm bored. Like, I'm a purpose-built machine from the military, and I have nothing to drive my energy.
Right.
Which is bad, which turns into drinking and whoring around and acting fucking crazy.
Okay.
And I was acting out of my mind. And then I was like, I need to do something. So I tried to start a t-shirt brand. Stupidest thing you can do.
Really?
Oh, God.
YouTube says it's a great idea, and they'll tell you how to do it.
Oh, yeah. They're full of shit. That automated t-shirt company thing is bullshit. It's so hard. It's so much harder than being like a photographer. It is that hard. Okay. I respect anybody who's in the game and is sustainable.
I got a dude that's been on a podcast that has been a supporter. He's deep in the game. Love Supply Company. Shout out to you guys.
I've heard of Love Supply.
Boom.
Oh, damn. There you go.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, well, I got this product. I got a bunch of it. I sent it all out to people. And, well, what do I got to do? Oh, I got to market it. Let me get some baddies, some hotties to wear my stuff and have a dude take photos of it.
Okay.
Naturally. So I talked to this chick that I happen to know who's a model. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, let's have a business meeting. We sit down, talk about it. Doesn't really talk about numbers or anything. Just talks about how she wants to do it.
Okay.
Like, oh, I'm gonna get this chick for you. She's really hot. I'm gonna model too, and she was hot. And I'm gonna get this photographer, and he's great and all this. And she's selling me, and I'm fucking hooked. I'm fucking yeah,
baby.
Hell yeah, I'm on my way. I'm on the way. And I'm like, all right, cool. She's like, okay, I'm gonna get back to you in like a couple days. Like 5 days goes by, and then I'm like, okay, cool. She's like, okay, so like, what's your budget? And I was like, I have no idea. Like, I have a little bit of money put away, but I didn't want to divulge entirely how much money I had.
Yeah.
She goes, all right, I need $1,000. I went, are you fucking serious? $1,000? At the time, remember, I was making $17 an hour, and I had a mortgage.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, no, I can't afford that. That'll put me out for like 4 months, and I'll be completely broke.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, I can't do that. So I'm like, well, fuck it. I'll just go buy a camera for $600.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then I can just do all my own shit for free. And then
shit.
I bought it. I set up a deal a week later with a chick to do a photo shoot at my house, which is not okay to do, and my garage, because I have a garage built in 1941, so it looks super cool.
Uh-huh.
And I took this one photo, and I went, oh, shit. I was hooked.
Really? On one photo?
Hooked.
Okay.
Hooked. Yeah, total addiction. I was like, oh, this is fucking cool, man. I
Off
gotta
of one
do
photo?
This. Yep.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
What was it about the photo?
It was just the lighting and the setup and the feel. She was wearing this shirt I had that had a panhead Harley Davidson on it with a Jack Daniels like the design around it. It was super cool. And I had a Jack Daniels bottle, and she was posted up. The light hit it the right way. And I was just completely infatuated with it. And I was like, that from this point on, I am full all in. Yeah,
cool.
Dude. And it took all this energy I had, this bad energy, and just funneled it into this. And I became obsessed.
Nice.
Like I very rarely is there an evening where I get more than 4 hours of sleep because I'm laying in bed at night thinking about photography.
Really?
Complete full-blown obsession.
I
Best
know
thing
what
that
you
ever
mean.
happened to me.
I know what you mean. I'm the same way.
I think it's like all creative types.
Yeah.
Just get used to not sleeping if you're absolutely passionate.
Used to it. I trust me. I'm used to it.
Uh-huh. That's why I warn people like, no, I want to get into photography. Well, you're never sleeping again.
Yeah. Yeah. Anytime you get just obsessed with something like that, especially creative.
Yes.
I've said multiple times, just like it's always on my mind.
Yeah.
Like the podcast is always on my mind. It literally, when I'm at work, I'm thinking, what can I do to improve it? Who can I talk to get on here? Like, what kind of people would be good? Like, it's just, and you can't control what your thoughts are. They're just all over the place.
100% empathize.
How can I make the studio look better? How can I make it sound better? How can I do this? Yeah.
Yep, I totally empathize, man.
Yep.
So, yeah, I became fully addicted to it, and I took all this bad negative energy I had with alcohol and all this other shit and this partying, and I went all in.
Yeah.
And then got into a relationship. You know how that goes. Breakup. Bad breakup. I fell out of it
This
for
wasn't
3
the
months.
marriage?
No, I got married at 20.
Okay.
And I got divorced by 21.
You did it right then.
Yeah.
You did it right.
Yeah,
you
I
weren't
really
real good.
did.
All right. At least you didn't sink a few years in that or something.
Yeah, exactly. So
Nice.
I got out right. But yeah, I got in this relationship, got out, and then all of a sudden, all this bad energy from like before I got into photography reared its ugly head back into life. And then JRE, I was just
How'd
listening.
you find it?
Ooh, that is a good question. How did I find JRE?
JRE is Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah, good thing that you clarified some
Yeah,
context
yeah.
on that. I got into the podcast game. Oh, I was bored of music.
Nice.
Yeah, I was just straight up fed up with all
I get
music
it.
out.
Yeah.
I felt like I had reached the ends of the universe on what there is to discover, and I was like, all right, well, maybe there's something to podcasting. So I
Right.
started listening to this one that was all about military veterans and service members, and they happened to mention Joe Rogan. I was like, the UFC guy?
Ha.
I was like, what? I was like, okay. So I went and checked out, and I was like, oh, there's something to this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I think I just chimed in on an episode where he was like with Joey Diaz. And I was
Oh,
just,
jeez, nice.
ah,
Lucky you.
I know. And I was just laughing my ass off the entire time. And I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
So then I listened to like one with Ben Shapiro, and I was like,
Oh, nice.
okay.
This
So
is
there's
completely different.
completely different. So
Right.
that got me kind of interested a little bit more. Then I got into some other ones where he's talking like Cam Haynes and these other people,
nice.
and they were talking about these mindsets and lifestyles, and I was like, oh, these are like next level people. These aren't normal people. These
Right.
are next fucking level
Cam
people.
Haynes and David Goggins.
David Goggins, that one was my favorite.
That dude, that's something you need to listen to like every couple months. You should listen to that
100%.
episode.
Oh yeah. That
That'll
dude
motivate you.
inspired me. And listening to like David Goggins, and then I was like, oh, I gotta get my shit together, dude.
Jordan Peterson will do that to you.
Oh
too.
yeah, for sure. I like him. Very
Yeah.
methodical thinker.
Yeah.
I really like what he's got to say.
He's controversial. You're not supposed to like him.
No, I don't care.
I don't understand.
understand.
I don't understand. Apparently, he's misogynistic. I don't understand.
It depends on your opinion and perspective. I think unfortunately the ignorant ones have that perspective that you're talking about.
Yeah.
The ones with a very closed-minded sense of perception of things.
Yep. Yeah. I'm not gonna say that.
Mm.
I think you people that disagree with Jordan Peterson are very smart. Well thought out. Yeah, that's part of that stuff. Like again, part of being in the middle and not left or right, really, and seeing just how people react to the other side when you bring up a Ben Shapiro or a Jordan Peterson
Yeah, or an Alex Jones.
or an Alex Jones or a Steven Crowder. When you bring them, when you just mention their name to someone on the opposite side, it's immediate vitriol.
Oh
It's
yeah.
fuck that neocon cunt. Literally, I'm not making that up. That is literally what
is.
you can hear.
Yeah.
And if you took a far, I don't want to say extreme right. I'm not saying neo-Nazi because those people don't exist. They exist, but they're tiny.
Yeah.
It's being blown out of proportion. But if you take a right conservative, and you say, hey, what do you think about Cenk Uygur or MSNBC? They're not going to say, oh, fuck those fascists so-and-sos. I'm like, yeah, they're kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But you don't get that kind of, you get some vitriol, but it's not as like dirty as
No.
it's crazy.
No, the passion for hate is way stronger on
Yeah.
that side of things.
It's too bad.
Mhm.
Hate sucks, man.
It does.
Hate's just a poison that you just ingest every day.
Mhm. That's why I push positivity all the time. And JRE,
JRE.
man. It changed my whole life. The perception of
Yeah, so you just happen to find it, and then you're watching these guys that are giving you a different perception.
they're talking about struggle, like real pain and struggle. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I love that.
Right.
I love the idea of hurting myself, not physically,
No,
but
right.
in every facet of
Pushing yourself.
Yes, 100%. So then I came up with this theory for myself, kind of caveating off of some of the lessons I got from JRE, where I could take my median happiness and I could bring it much higher. And I thought to myself, well, okay, how am I going to do that?
Just by having a positive mindset?
No, hell no. That does not even come close to doing it. That ends up, for the most part, looks like a facade to most people. Like,
Right.
oh, you're always happy all the time? Bullshit, motherfucker.
Right.
We know
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get
yeah,
sad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So in order to keep my median plane of happiness higher, I have to institute struggle into my life. Genuine fucking struggle. Whether it's like going on a long run and like hurting myself. Leading up to the run, I'm not excited about it because I know I'm going to go punish myself.
How far do you run?
It can be anywhere from 3 to 7 miles.
I just did my longest run the other day. My longest set out run.
Yeah, how long?
5 miles.
Dude, nice. Put it there.
I'm training to do a marathon this year.
Holy shit.
I got I again, some alcohol was involved on the podcast, and I agreed to challenge myself to a marathon. And the woman that was on, she's going to do a half marathon. And I said, I can do a marathon.
Oh, man.
So I shouldn't have mentioned it. I'm actually not. I shouldn't have mentioned it. I'm trying to keep it on the DL, but whatever. But yeah, November, like a turkey trot kind of time.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
What are you thinking? 6 hours? 5 hours? 7 hours? How long is it going to take you to do a full marathon? What do you think?
I don't know.
You have no way of gauging
I don't know. I don't know how to gauge that. I know I did 5 hours yesterday and I did it way too fast. Like, I need to train myself to go slower.
Okay.
Like, there's definitely going to be, I don't know, some training involved, like to figure out how to do.
Hell yeah. There's like a whole strategy to it.
Uh-huh.
You're going to put Band-Aids on your nipples so you don't make your nipples bleed?
No.
You didn't know about that?
I didn't know about that.
Oh, it's happened to me before.
Really?
Oh, yeah. When I was in the military, running, all of a sudden your nipples get tender from like the sweat and the shirt. Next thing you know, like your nipples start to bleed, bro.
Can I run shirtless?
Oh, I mean, I encourage it.
I'm going. Well, it will be November.
Oh, yeah. Anymore
running.
is the weather truly predictable in Kansas and Missouri?
Yeah, that's
No,
true.
it's bullshit.
November is going to be.
It could be hot as hell.
Yeah.
Honest to God.
Or it could be snowing.
Okay, touche.
Could be snowing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll probably put some Band-Aids on there.
I'm serious. It's an actual running strategy
Okay.
for marathon runners.
What else?
That's all I know. That's literally it. Pace yourself out good. If you got to walk, don't be afraid to walk. Don't be afraid to
I did
walk.
the 5 miles. I run fast, and then I walk for maybe a minute, and then I jog, and then I run again, and then I walk for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I operate on the caveman mindset. Just run till I get really tired.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
But I get tired pretty quick. But that's because I run too fast.
Well, I think that's good, though. I think that even though that is short distance stamina building, that stuff will transpire out into like longer sustainable speed distances. I think it'd be okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to up it a mile per week.
Oh, at like a decent pace, like a fast pace.
Just whatever I run.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
No, that's still good.
I'm just trying to do. I don't pace myself. I just run. I'm like an idiot.
Do you run with headphones in?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cheater.
Yeah.
Fucking cheater.
I don't care. I have to cheat. If I can't listen, I cannot be out there with my own thoughts in my head.
No, you should. That's the best time to do it. I'm telling you, every great like epiphanous moment I've ever had about community
Really?
or society or creativity has come in the heat of like I think I'm gonna fucking die, and I'm running, and it's just thoughts in my head. Not only that, I train myself to do that. So then I can ignore my heavy breaths and when my lungs are about to blow out of my mouth. Telling you, that's the best time. Fuck headphones. Headphones are for...
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It's your best. And I got that.
I don't know that I can do it. For how long? I can't do a marathon. I can't do a marathon without headphones. Maybe 5 or 6 miles.
When you hit that crazy runner's high...
I get that after like 2 miles.
Okay, well, imagine 25 miles of just runner's high. I
Yeah.
bet you're going to come up with some really great moments. Some moments of clarity. Genuine fucking clarity.
You're probably right. Fuck. All right. I'm doing it.
Do it.
My next run.
No headphones.
That's scary to me.
Just
I don't know that I can do it.
take one thing that's bothering you, fixate on it, and
Really?
just repeat it over in your head and think about it and break it down and then look for alternative perspectives to it. Which in that it's like a tree. It'll just go off in all these directions. You have beautiful moments of clarity during running. I promise.
I believe you. Like, yeah, I have depression and anxiety that's set in recently, and I've been battling it.
Yeah.
And the biggest combat material that I've been using is running.
Dude, it helps.
Running and exercise, vitamin D.
Yes, 100%. That's exactly what you kind of, I don't know the details of what you went through
Right.
exactly, but I'm assuming if it was anything similar to mine, running and instituting genuine fucking struggle has made my overall plane of happiness higher. And that's all it is. I'm constantly trying to.
It's hard to run, isn't it? Like you
Oh,
were saying,
God.
like I made myself get off my chair the other day, my lazy boy. I'm like, just get off your lazy ass and go to that park and just run.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so hard. Like, no, don't do it. Yes, do it. No, like it's just internal struggle. It's so hard to just, you have to do it.
It's great for that balance of life,
Yeah.
right? That balance of happiness. Because it's just like anything in life. You have ups and downs, which is why when you institute things like running and things that actually suck, like I do severe intermittent fasting. And
really?
It's painful. And I admit it.
How long?
I hate it. I'll go anywhere from 12 to 24. It just depends on how I'm feeling. And
I do that too, but that's because I'm poor.
there's that too. That's a good way to IF. But when you take things on a wavelength, for instance, I'll actually give you a good analogy. You take like that rich kid, that spoiled rich kid, right? And he's got that Mercedes and he's got all this glamorous lifestyle, this beautiful mansion, and he's not happy.
Right.
And you're like, dude, I would fucking kill to have your life.
Right.
Even at 16 years old, 26 years old right now, I would kill to be you.
Yeah.
But you got to think about their median happiness, the things around them that they are provided by, and then what actually makes them happier.
Right.
So, like for instance, if they lost $10,000, or like let's say for instance, the brand new Yeezys came out and he didn't get a pair and he'd be sad about it.
Right.
You have to think about your perception of that and how it equivalates to where you are in life.
Sure.
So, for instance, like let's say you're a really sick person in a hospital. And every day you're clinging on to a little bit of life, but you wake up one day and you're able to get up out of bed and not throw up.
Nice.
That's the best fucking day of your life because your standard of happiness is so much fucking lower.
Oh, think about when you have the flu.
Oh yeah,
And
right.
When you just start feeling a little bit better, how much you appreciate being healthy. Yeah,
It's appreciating
Yeah.
what you have. But in order to do that, I don't want to go to my low because I know where my low is. You know where your low is. So I try to just do really hard things all the time so that I appreciate even those calm moments when I'm sitting in my house by myself watching TV. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
And I am fucking blissful for something that's so just small.
Right.
And that's how I'm able to keep positive.
Hell yeah.
It's-
All from Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah, dude. Life-changing.
What's your goals with photography?
To not work a 40-hour-a-week job.
So you have a
ever again.
real-time job.
Oh yeah, I'm a big
And
boy.
you do photography.
Yeah, it's like 100 hours a week, man. If I'm 40 hours on my job and then every day after work, editing, making videos, all weekend, as soon as Friday hits, dude, I'm busting out the doors. I go home, I change, I grab my camera, and I'm pretty much not home until late Sunday evening, and then I edit till probably 3 or 4 in the morning and do that every night following. It's a fucking addiction. But
Is it all mainly Instagram?
yes, I haven't gotten to the YouTube platform, although that is a big goal of mine. I'm just not very good at video yet. Video is a whole nother monster in and of itself.
Right.
But yeah, mostly add a little bit of Facebook.
Okay.
But that's just like friends and family
Sure.
kind of type thing. But yeah, Instagram primarily. And that's because I was listening to Gary Vaynerchuk. Yeah? You familiar with him? Gary V?
People like him.
Yeah.
He annoys me.
Yeah, okay, I can totally see that. I can totally see
I'm
that.
sure most people could. And his freaking haircut. Come on, dude. Who is Al Davis, the Raiders owner,
Oh, yeah.
and Donald Trump? If you marry their haircuts, you get Gary V.
Yeah, I don't like his facial hair sometimes. When he grows facial hair, he looks...
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
he
lot of
annoys me.
people say really positive, good things about him. He's motivating. He's entrepreneurial.
I take it with a grain of salt.
I heard what someone told. He has a podcast. I listened to it, and his podcast was, "Hey, I'm just never gonna get sick again. I've made the mindset that I will never get sick again." I was like, look, dude, you can be as confident in whatever as you want,
But life
but
fucking happens.
bacteria and viruses, those are real things, dude. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
but science is real. You can't positivity yourself out of getting sick. And I was like, I can't listen because it wasn't he was saying it in jest. He was saying it for real. Like, I honestly 100% believe I will never ever get sick because I have that mindset. I'm like, all right, I can't listen to you.
Yeah, sounds like he's drinking his own Kool-Aid type deal. It's kind of
Yeah.
weird. No, I take everything with a grain of salt. But
Okay.
what I do like about him is his statistics, his perception of like a commercial advertisement and the economy of it and where it's going.
Okay.
And Instagram is a huge platform for that. He's talking about, well, even then, anytime you're watching TV, like actual TV, let's say you're watching a football game, because that's really the only time anyone watches cable TV anymore.
All I
right?
ever watch, yeah.
Yeah. Anytime a commercial comes on, other than the Super Bowl, what do? 90%
Grab up and get something to eat.
or pull open your phone, check your Instagram, check
Oh, yeah,
notifications.
yeah.
That's like one of the most common things.
No, you're right.
So the marketplace is getting its ass kicked by the amount of attention that people are putting into their phones during like commercial breaks. So all this big time budget commercial money
It's been wasted.
is being wasted, and they're a little slow. You got to think about all them big media advertisement
They're all
agencies.
dinosaurs.
They're all exactly, but the younger generation's coming in, and they're going to be like, "What the fuck are you
Why are you
doing?
spending so much money on this?
Put it
in
into
Instagram.
social media, Instagram, yeah, and it's all going into there." So me being in the right place at the right time and fortuitous enough to discover Gary Vee was like, "Oh, I need to push this hard, because if I can establish myself well enough in the community, which it's hard to do, just to be frank, it's really fucking hard to do.
To establish yourself in the community.
Yeah, at a high enough position to where when that big advertisement money starts coming that way, that you can exploit that.
How big do you have to be to start getting some Instagram advertising dollars?
That's a great question.
Do you know?
I know some people that can get it at like 10K. It's about 10,000 followers. You start getting a little bit of money, but realistically, 100K. Like that's when you're actually starting to get some amount of sustainable income from it. You need about 100K.
How hard is that to do for a guy that's just local in Kansas City?
I can't even explain how difficult it is. It is all literally.
You kind of have to broaden, right? Like, are you gonna have to kind of travel?
You could. Okay, so yeah, that we're talking about geographical growth. That's a really important part of the process of Instagram when you're a content creator. Geographical growth. When you bring people or you go to different places.
It seems like you probably have Kansas City kind of locked down.
That's the problem. Yeah. You reach a geographical cap per se. And a lot of people do that. So then it's like breaking out into the national platforms, as many as possible, or physically traveling, getting in with local creators that show your stuff, which creates a small trickle
Go
effect.
to St. Louis for a little bit.
Yeah, St. Louis. I tag hashtag St. Louis and everything because I travel there.
I just started to because these. I shouldn't say that. I just caught myself.
What?
There's this podcast in St. Louis that keeps hashtagging KC podcast and like spamming the KC podcast hashtags.
Yeah.
Whatever. This is like petty, silly little shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understand this. So I started doing STL podcast with my little hashtags here. It's like, all right, you guys gonna hashtag us? I'll hashtag you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Why not? I want you guys to listen.
Yeah, geographically grow your audience. Yeah,
Right.
Totally makes sense. With that, and then unless you get on like say Instagram is really hard to do that on. YouTube's a little easier to get a little national and international growth,
sure.
which is why I'm eventually going to caveat into that. But a lot of it too is just timing, right place, right time. I can't stress that enough. It is literally luck.
Right.
Some people are just right there. The girl with the right ass and the right pair of underwear.
Right.
100K. That's literally what it comes down to. And that's what pisses me off. It's because I work my nuts off trying to get 100 followers, 1,000 followers at a time.
Right.
And it's like, for what?
Yeah.
Because then all of a sudden, old girl with her cell phone and the right booty pic blows me out of the water.
Because dudes are creeps.
Yeah. So, which is another reason why I have pretty much almost strictly women on mine. Because you got to think about it too. You got to think about your market. It's like a big funnel. You got to think about the percentage of people that like looking at women. All right, let's just say men like looking at women.
Women like looking at women.
Women like looking at women. Who genuinely just likes looking at guys?
Gay dudes.
Yeah, how small is the market in on that? And even then, gay dudes like looking at women.
Yeah.
Everyone likes looking at women. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. They're amazing creatures.
Women are the best.
I know.
I love women.
I love
women. If you're out there, neandertalkpodcast@gmail.com. Hit me up, women.
Or slide
just
to the
women.
DMs.
Please slide in them DMs. Baby, just slide on in. I'm here for you, baby. I got big hands and big feet. You know what I'm saying? I got big shoes.
Big socks.
Yeah, big heart. Just slide on in.
Jesus. Get that creepy old man voice down, bro.
I am a creepy old
You
man.
got creepy old man voice. But you don't look like creepy old man.
Nope. Just act like one. They call me daddy.
Oh, man.
It's true.
I don't doubt it.
It's true.
I can't get behind that. Like when a girl calls me daddy.
I can't either. I don't know what to say. What do I do?
Yeah.
Call you baby girl? Like,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Yeah.
I have a baby girl.
Especially during like, yeah. Especially for you, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that. I'm like, all right, chick. I mean, like, yeah, what do you, I just, whatever her name is. Like, all right.
Yeah, like, oh, I like
When
that.
there's, yeah.
Yeah. To each their own.
To each their own.
Mm-hmm.
Dimey dimes.
They're weird, man. I met this one the other day. It was unbelievable. It was like an out of body experience meeting this girl.
Really? Because she was so hot?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
In Kansas City?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever experienced this before, but and this just might be my objective perception of this situation, okay? So be mindful. I'm going to try and sell it as romantic as I saw it happen.
Ooh.
I'm going to try and
Ooh.
paint a picture.
Hurry up, and then I got to pee.
So this girl, I'd seen her on Instagram before, and I had actually kind of briefly met her before, but I didn't know.
Can we get a name? Can we get an Instagram handle?
No, I don't think I can do this one.
Okay, that's fine.
I have grand ambitions for the future with this one.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So I got to play it cool. You know what I mean?
I do.
Okay. So she walks into a room. And this is the kind of woman that walks into the room that the barometric pressure in the room changes. Where everyone goes.
Everybody just. Whoa.
Yeah, it gets momentarily like pin drop quiet. Everyone, even women are staring. They're like,
damn.
Wow.
Right.
Like, knock you on the floor.
It's a
crazy
lot
hot.
of pressure to be with one of them chicks.
Yeah, a lot of fucking pressure.
Yeah.
But I'm confident enough in myself that I could do it.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. And just the way that she enters a room is majestic. The way she walks, she doesn't just walk, she gallants. She strides in this elegant way.
Sure.
And every facet of them is just immaculate. And she was amazing. And then you get to see how people react to her, and especially when they're in like a social environment around her, literally change the entire atmosphere.
It's amazing.
It's fucking incredible the amount of power beauty has in rooms.
It is incredible.
Unbelievable. I was floored by her. Completely floored.
Yeah, that chick can't fuck though.
Yeah, I've heard that. I mean, not particularly in her instance.
I'm just kidding. Nor am I.
Actually,
you know what? They say that there's this whole, this whole privilege conversation is going around, like white privilege, male privilege, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into all that, except for if you are a dimey of dimes.
Yeah.
You are on another planet.
Oh, yeah.
You are treated.
Exist in a completely different plane of fucking
reality.
reality.
You are not a human being.
No.
Like, you don't even know what it's like to be a real person.
Nope.
It's insane. It's got to be super weird to be. And you don't choose to be that super hot.
No.
Some of them, I guess, do.
They do a little something. Yeah.
Like, I know I'm hot, so I'm
not mad at them. I'm not mad. If you got it,
flaunt it.
That's right.
Come on, I want to see it. I like the Instagram booties. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, there's just a whole nother planet that they live on. That's a whole nother privilege that nobody talks about.
No. I've only gotten a slight glimpse of that being around a couple women like that, and it's fucking weird how people change, how catering and kind they will become almost instantaneously.
And what is that? Is it like, oh, I think maybe I'll get laid?
No.
I mean, what is it? It's like, oh, you deserve this because you're so pretty. You hit the genetic lottery, so I'm going to just treat you super nice.
I don't understand it. Because, I mean, most of the people that act like that, they don't actually have a fucking chance in the world at getting at them.
No.
I just think it's this being around something so exquisitely rare. And it just uplifts your spirits.
I like
a way.
that.
I think that's what it is. Because I can definitely tell. I get a little happier. And some of these girls I run into, I don't have a chance with. Some of them I do, but even then, I just get a little happier. It's like this ray of nice-looking sunshine that just walked in.
That's a really beautiful way to put it. It is like the Grand Canyon is gorgeous, and you're never gonna have that in your backyard.
Yep.
But when you notice it, you take envy of it. You're like, whoa.
You appreciate it.
I wish this was in my backyard.
That's a very unique way of putting it, but yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, those
Just came up with it. Yeah.
those women, they whew.
All right, so when can I clout chase with you and find someone? No,
that legit is a part of it.
well, that's what you were saying. Yeah.
I get dudes that just hit me up. They're like, bro.
Oh, really? I didn't think about that.
Oh, I
actually.
get more men hit me up, more so to chase my models
Oh,
than anything else.
really?
They're like, bro, let's hang out and like do photography. Most of them, they don't have any interest in it, or if they do, they're just not really good. They're looking to get into the inner sanctum of dimey-dimies.
To take pictures of them or to hook up? Or both?
A little bit of both. Yeah. 2-for-1 special.
Huh.
Yeah. It's weird, man.
It is weird.
It's super clicky, too. You wouldn't think a creative community would be clicky?
No, I would think that.
Oh, okay. All right.
I would.
It's super clicky.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. I try and do the inclusive
Because
thing.
you get kind of you start getting, just with any kind of club or anything, you start getting the people that think they know more than somebody else.
Of course.
And so it's like, that's not real art. Let me tell you why this is art.
Mm-hmm.
You get that with anything. Yeah, beer. I'm a quote-unquote beer snob, but not really. I had Rolling Rock on here a couple weeks ago.
Wait, in a can or in a bottle?
In a can.
That's my boy. Only way to
Like,
drink
yeah, I
Rolling
don't care,
Rock.
man. Like, but I appreciate a fine beer, and I appreciate, like, I want a
Yeah.
fine beer, but I'm not an asshole about it. But you get some of those people, well, that's not a good beer because this and this. I can imagine with anything. Well, that's not a good photo because the Photoshop was, you can totally tell. I don't know.
It's all objective.
Yeah.
It really is. Anybody's
Any
perception
art,
is different.
any
yeah.
art, you can't.
Speaking of good beer, San Diego.
Ballast Point.
Dude. Been to the restaurant. Love it. Dude, San Diego.
I finished your sentence. Did we just come BFFs?
Yeah, we did. You want to kiss?
No.
We can kiss.
No, thanks.
Just kidding.
Get your camera. Okay, I'll do it for the. I'll do it for the gram.
Do it for the gram. Do it for the heater
You
post.
got almost 10,000 followers. I got like 850. I'm doing it for a few followers. Yes, it's for that gay population. Come at me.
Oh,
Give me
yeah.
that follow.
I get a few of those. DMs. It's nice. It's very cute.
It's flattering.
Oh, of
I'm
course.
sure.
When a gay guy hits on you, it's a whole different thing from when a woman hits on you. Because when a gay guy hits on you, it's like, oh, I must be looking good.
Nice.
Because they typically,
You got that drip.
they have high
drip.
standards. They got high standards. And they're
Usually.
surrounded by genuinely guys that look a lot better than you.
Oh, yeah.
You ever been to a gay bar? I have.
Yeah.
The men there,
Oh,
gorgeous.
yeah, I go
not
all
gonna
the
lie.
time.
Oh, smart ass.
No.
Dude, there
No.
are some beautiful people at gay bars.
I imagine there are
You would not believe. Very tricky ones too.
tricky ones.
Oh, I've been caught up by a tricky one.
A tricky guy.
Well, in between.
Oh.
Oh,
You couldn't tell.
I could
It was
not
a-
tell.
Okay, transgender that was really
Used to be a Golden Gloves boxer.
a dude to chick, golden gloves, and you couldn't tell.
Could not tell.
Mexican?
Yes, actually.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Name was Candy.
Of course he
That's
was.
a very common
She.
name. That's a she.
She.
She was. That's a very common name for that
Yeah,
particular
of course.
Candy.
It's not very. It's you go to a strip club. You got Candy. You got Stormy. You got
Mhm.
Diamond. Yeah.
Terrible names.
Well,
Terrible.
They're
So
they're
cheesy.
in that business for a reason.
Yeah,
they're
true,
not the
true.
brightest light bulb in the studio. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Mercedes, Lexus. Hey.
Yeah. Naming themselves after things they could never have before.
Yeah.
Insurance.
Ha! Nice. Yes. I'm Blue Cross Blue Shield.
But
Want a
yeah.
lap dance?
Yeah, no, there are a lot of candies. Like I met this one candy, Samoan dude, Samoan woman,
Trans.
Samoan trans.
Okay.
Look like the offensive lineman for the San Diego Chargers, dude. Samoan, huge, probably 6'3", every bit of 300 pounds, huge, massive a man.
Dude to chick.
Trans.
Wow.
Yeah, and I remember I was working.
Well, it doesn't know any size. The trans doesn't know any
No.
body type. It
I've
just
seen
is.
7-foot tall ones with rainbow bras on, like crazy stuff, like spiky rainbow Lady Gaga. I've seen some crazy shit. Crazy
You were in
shit.
San Diego.
Yeah, in San Diego.
Right. I
And
guess, okay.
this one actually walked up to me and tried to get at me, and it scared me. The Samoan one, right, walks up to me, sees me
Some
through the crowd,
confidence.
and just beelines it straight to me, and I can see this mass of a human being coming at me. I'm like, fuck.
What do I do?
I was kind of nervous, not gonna lie. Like I was legitimately nervous. I didn't know what to
Just
expect.
beeline, like, but not aggressively. Just kind of.
Eyes glued. I am coming to you with a
F me
fucking
eyes?
purpose. Yeah, I like just caught eye for a second. I immediately looked away and did this whole number,
Oh,
like
my.
looking away, like, oh shit. And Candy, this is another Candy, approaches me and she goes, "Oh, you cute, honey."
Ooh.
I was like,
yeah.
and I had a moment of internal panic. I was like, what do I say here? What do I do? Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, thank you. You are too.
Oh no.
Yeah, I tried.
No.
I tried to be respectful. I didn't want to be a dick.
No,
I'm a nice guy.
No, you can't be that nice.
No, I know. I was worried about that. I was worrying about like maybe leading it on.
Right,
you know?
right.
And Candy goes, "Oh, I'm gonna make you my new husband." And I went, "Oh no, this is bad." So then my mind went to the most worst possible place. Was like, this man outweighs me by 100 pounds. He could probably rape me if he wanted to. That's immediately where my mind went.
Sure.
I don't know why.
Well,
Darkest fucking possibility. Easily could have been raped. Mind you, he was wearing like a blonde wig. Samoan. Remember complexion. Samoan. Blonde wig. Like crazy. You know, the eye makeup, the glitter, and the high eyebrows. Carrying an oriental umbrella, spinning it around.
oh my gosh,
Oh,
I love this.
Dude, it was great. It was great to see. Not great to be a part
Part
of.
of, right?
It
There's
was
something to
terrible. It was
witness, but
terrifying.
yeah.
And but he was super nice, and I was like, oh, you know, thank you. I'm not really swinging that direction. And oh yeah, I got out of the situation. I was like, oh, because I was working security at a bar at the time, and I was like, oh, I gotta go, and I just took off. I just ran away like a little kid, scared.
Fight or flight.
Mm-hmm. Like most of the time, the community was like super nice to me. They were really nice, and they weren't overly aggressive, but there were some ones, man, dude, getting grabbed on. And they're really methodical too. Some of the people in the community at the particular place I worked at, they would squeeze me into corners. They would try and corner me.
Who, the transvestites?
And just some of the trainees, some of the gays. They would try and what they would do is they would.
There's one. It's like a lion picking out the weak height.
It is
the weak wildebeest.
It is, dude. They would huddle around a table and they would eye me and whistle at me and holler at me. It was like being a piece of meat. I know what it's like to be a hot woman in some weird way, to be completely 100% objectified for my boy pussy.
Did you like it?
Sometimes it was kind of flattering. Sometimes it was
It's-
scary. It was intimidating. It's
Okay.
I've never it's how a woman would describe it. Like sometimes it's flattering, of course, on who it comes from and how appropriate it is.
Okay.
Other times it's like, this
Too
is
aggressive.
legitimately kind of
Oh
like,
shit, you're one of them creepy dudes.
yeah, like this is crazy. Like this is what women go through. Completely changed my perspective, and it actually changed my game, like my game into approaching women as a whole. From that point forward,
What's your game? What do you do? Do Tinder, Bumble? Do you meet chicks out? Like, how do you?
I am best in person. I can sell myself. I'm like a good used car salesman in person.
Okay.
If I see you and I lock eyes, it's
You
all
got
she
some
wrote.
miles on you, but you're still riding all right.
It's mostly face. I have messed with Tinder and Bumble, but I'm like, I get so impatient with it, dude. I go like 4 swipes. I don't see anyone I'm interested in.
Oh, sometimes you gotta go 20.
I can't do it. I don't have the patience or time for it. And I go, all right, close the app. And I open it once a week. I'll get notifications and I'll be like, I'll check it out. And I'm like, no. Boom, put it down. Not to say that I'm too good for anyone on there, but to say that the ones that are trying to get at me,
Oh yeah,
just not interested.
I hear you.
You know, and,
Sure.
and that's a part of that. That's another interesting thing. The whole dating scene is just crazy changing because of dating online.
It's. I was married for 8-ish years or so,
Oh wow.
and just got out of the game a while ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a completely different game out there, bro.
Over just the course of like 3 years,
Yeah.
I was actively seeing the change happen.
Yeah, I start before I got married. You know, obviously single, and was doing the Plenty of Fish.
Yeah.
It was like just basically a website.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and there's no apps. You didn't have a smartphone back then. And so, but it was starting to integrate to where it is now. But I was at those baby steps, and even then it was a little different. But now it's just so. A lot of times it's just you're looking at one picture. You're not looking at who they are, anything about them. You're just like, there's the first picture. Maybe you'll look at a few different pictures if the first one is decent enough.
Yeah, of course.
But a lot of times it's just like window shopping, and
It's
not healthy.
It's
It's
vanity
not
sold
healthy.
to the max.
it's bad.
Oh, it's bad for people.
It's not
and
good
confidence.
for it's not for confidence, but it's just bad for society in general because it's
It-
you think there's always something better out there.
Yeah.
You can have a good conversation with a woman, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, she's not talking to me right now. Maybe she's working. Let me look at some profiles. You're like, oh shit, this chick's hot.
It's
Bam,
ju-
and then she starts talking to you, and then
I
you
know.
forget about this conversation you had with this other chick. And it's just
It's too convenient.
Oh, it is.
And you know what? I've seen what happened. It happened to a lot of my friends that are my age. They can't talk to women in person now because of it. It's hindered them. Because think about when
that.
Tinder came out, I was 18, 19 years old. I was at the very beginning, the precipice of this thing going
Been
out.
out that long, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it came out, about 7 years ago.
Okay.
So then I started noticing, like, yeah, it was so convenient and easy. You could be taking a dump and hitting on a chick at the same time.
Right.
And I'm sure we're all guilty of doing it.
Oh yeah.
So, and then all of a sudden, you're used to getting rejection. You're used to this dissimulation between reality and the online world. And then when you go into person to go talk to them, all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is different. And you're riding that nervous high. And my friends legitimately cannot talk to women. I'm the only one of my friends that can approach a woman in a public place, hit on them, get their number, and walk away. None of them can do it. Not one single guy friend I have. And that's generational. Your generation shouldn't be a problem.
No. Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
I go up to any dime piece. I say, hey, give me them digits.
No, you don't. Don't tell me you actually leave.
No, I
with
don't do that.
Okay,
I don't
good.
do that.
What's your move?
I
have a couple.
Just a fresh-faced cutie. They come to me. No, you know what a good one is? A good one is it's funny, and this is actually like my Tinder profile is basically the same thing.
Bro, let me see yours.
Ah,
Let's show you mine.
I gotta piss. I really gotta
Go
piss.
pee. Actually, I probably have to do the same.
Should we pause it real quick? How long are we going, Robin?
1:27.
Okay, can we hit stop streaming real quick? We're gonna take a break. Boom. All right, we were gonna go. Welcome back, everybody. You guys didn't go anywhere, but we did. We had to pee.
Yep.
At the same time in the same toilet.
Yeah.
He sat down and went between his legs.
Cross streams. It was beautiful.
All right. Tinder game. Tinder.
Yes.
Tinder.
Online dating.
Yeah, you want to see my profile?
Yes. Let me see it. I'm gonna pick it apart. I'm gonna show you what you're doing wrong. You don't even know you're doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is not. The
And then
first,
I'm gonna show you how it's done proper.
This is not the first time I have had Tinder on the podcast.
No shit.
No shit.
It's a good topic of conversation. It's very unique.
There we go.
I like that bearded photo. That's good.
A lot of chicks like the bearded photo.
The family one, solid.
Like how yeah.
Tacos. Yeah, because all basic white bitches love tacos. I
And
see it.
And those are homemade tacos.
Oh, sure. Dang. I like it. Okay, too many selfies.
Too many selfies.
So
Wait, how many selfies do I have on there?
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And they have 8 slots. You got to fill them all up, bro. All 8 photos. The way
It's
I
not
do.
filled up?
No, I don't think so.
I think it is.
Wait, maybe. No, it is.
Yeah, it's filled up.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the bow one. That one's good. All right, yeah, the bow one's good. Actually, you have another selfie. You have 4 selfies.
Half of them.
Half of them are selfies. Do you
Yeah.
want to get away from that?
Get away from those.
Yeah, selfies perpetuate vanity.
Yep.
Yeah, you want these really beautiful, candid moments. If you can.
I got a
caption
shitload
it.
of them.
Okay, your bio. Not okay. It's funny as fuck. That's so good. I love that. No, that's good. Humor is great.
Well, tell people what it is. Those who are listening, my bio says.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Well, tell them what it says.
Okay, it says, "Hello, my name is Ryan. I'm unemployed and I live in my mom's basement. I'm unemployed and I live in my mom's basement." Hilarious,
That's all
although
it is.
might be a little, when you consider in the age part, might be a little scary.
Right.
Depending on who your audience is that you're chasing.
Well, the audience is, hey, if you don't think that's funny, I don't want you to match with
See,
me.
that's good. That's smart. You're gonna get less matches, but you're gonna get ones that are more tuned to your taste.
Yeah, I don't want that person.
I like that.
I'm gonna go out with that person. We're not gonna have a good. I'm gonna waste my time. She's not gonna think I'm funny.
That's true. Yeah, I totally get that. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Plug in the humor. I get it. I used to do that for a long time. My main bio thing it was a question. It was like, if you were a stripper, what would your stripper name be? And I would get like messages from chicks all the time.
Nice.
And yeah, that was like my open.
Right. Ask a question and
Yeah,
they have
something
to.
goofy.
Yeah.
And I did that for a long time, but I've kind of changed that up. My formula has been, as of my longest running formula for Tinder was 1 photo of you dressed nicely, preferably with like friends, just showing that you clean up okay.
Sure.
Number 2 is like a picture of a dog, a cute dog.
See,
with a cute dog.
Women see right through that.
Nope. I get more messages about the picture of my doggo than I do any other photo in there.
Okay.
It works.
Women do. Yeah. Okay, go on.
So the doggo one. Then one of you doing.
Hold on? Do you have a dog?
Yeah. His name is Bullet. He's a dope.
If you don't have a dog, though,
borrow a puppy.
See, that's so. I ain't trying to do that.
No. You're just trying to garnish attention. You have to sell yourself after the fact.
Oh, hey, what's your dog's name? Oh, that wasn't my dog.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's your dog's name? Oh, it's Charlie. And now I'm starting the whole relationship off on a lie.
You don't have to build it on a lie. You can just be
oh,
like,
hey, he died. Ran over on my way home from taking that photo.
you could literally just do this instead. Like if I was hypothetically in a situation where I had a photo of myself with a really cute dog.
Well, say I take one of my selfies away and I add a dog picture there.
There you go. That'll help. So what I would say in retort to that, girl says, oh, what's the name of your dog? Like, you know what? It's not my dog. I love dogs so much. And I thought he was adorable, and I couldn't help it. I had to take a picture of him. I love doggos. And they're going to be like, oh, my God, me too.
Okay.
It sounds stupid, but whatever gets the conversation going. Honestly, because that's the hardest part. That's the hardest part is establishing a subject matter and keeping a sustainable conversation on this platform.
That's the biggest compliment I get is that I can hold a conversation.
Oh, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've completely developed that skill set.
Yeah.
So I have a little bit of my problem is, and I already know
Let me
this.
see your Tinder now.
Okay.
All right.
You can read it too.
Braydon, 26, doggo lover,
Yep.
less than a mile away, veteran, doggo dad. All right, get the fuck out of here. Old movies, old music, no drugs, rarely drink, getting weirder by the day. Call me, don't text me. Feeling cute, might delete later. I don't. Yeah, that's nice. And your bio is way too long.
I did that on purpose.
In all transparency, I work a lot, like nonstop. If I'm not working my 40-hour-a-week job, then every other waking moment is spent creating. Working towards a better life for myself and my potential partner is the only thing I care about. That being said, my lifestyle hasn't been conducive to meeting anyone. I'm here for the convenience.
Ooh.
Holla at your boy. I like that.
Yeah, so I put it a lot.
Look, bitches, I'm here to fuck.
That's the thing, though.
I'm super busy. I'm a cool dude. I've got look, I don't do drugs. I'm clean. I look good, blah, blah, blah. I'll say
With
this.
the intention behind
All right.
There's an intention behind the bio is that I don't have enough time for your bullshit. I only want seriousness. I need a girl that's willing to put forth some effort because I don't have all of the effort to give. That's what that insinuates.
Okay, so you don't have selfies.
Nope.
But you have all
Of the extra as fuck photos.
They're all like
Extra.
what's extra?
Like way over the top. Like
Yeah.
Super over the top. Yeah.
They're just of you. They're like, obviously, here's professional photos of just me.
Oh, yeah. I do that on purpose.
Huh.
I do that to get that attention, bro.
Okay.
Because I want to separate myself from the guys doing the selfies because you know what? Every dude has selfie photos. And I'm like, I'm trying to really pull away from that group and disassociate myself. So how do I do that? Go extra on the photos.
Did you bring a camera? You want to step
Yeah.
my Tinder game up?
Yeah, I got you, homie. I got you, dude. I got you.
Bet.
Got it.
Look out, ladies.
We'll get some photos for you.
Neander. I'm just going to make a bad joke.
It's all right. We're all guilty of it.
Yeah. I'm not drunk enough to make that joke right now. I got water. I'm being responsible. I've got things to do
Not
later.
too responsible. I
I'm
know.
mostly responsible. So how being a military man in San Diego, take the question that young Robin here had before. Sorry, I didn't really mean to call you young Robin. Sorry.
It was a great question.
Being a military man in San Diego, how did you guys deal with the drug situation around you guys?
It was a problem, like
Yeah.
a big problem, actually, and it's kind of an unspoken thing, but it's very, very well known, common knowledge in the
I wouldn't have
military.
thought about that. Yeah.
It's a problem in the sense that, like K2, you know what K2 is?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So they have a different name for it in San Diego. I forget.
Is that
what
still
it
a thing in the military? Are people still smoking
Still
K2?
getting popped for it. Yeah. It's fucking stupid.
Can they not do it?
No.
Oh, you
Hell
can't.
no. If you get popped on a drug, a drug
On
test.
K2 though?
Even on K2,
But that's
you get
legal, isn't it?
Yeah, you get administratively separated. You're fucking done. Your career's over. I don't care
Really?
if you save 10 guys in Afghanistan from an IED. Your fucking career is fried. They are frying everyone right now. They are burning people at the stakes.
On just K2 or other stuff too?
Other stuff,
Weed?
any kind of mind altering substances,
Weed?
even in alcohol in some situations, they will destroy your career for. If you have an alcohol related incident, weed is a career ender. Yep, your career's done.
Cocaine?
We had a guy get popped for that. Allegedly, this is the story as it
I
goes.
bet you don't get in trouble for cocaine, do you? Or
yeah.
amphetamine? That much?
They burned him at the stake in front of the entire command. Publicly burned him at the stake. It was one of the most painful things I've ever had to watch. Metaphorically, of course.
Right.
But they pulled him out in front of the entire command, which is around 700 people, and they wrote off the explanation that he wrote down, which was terrible. He said he was smoking a cigarette and somebody laced it with cocaine.
Oh, that's a horrible
Motherfucker.
excuse. Nobody did
You
that.
couldn't come up with a better excuse. Well, he wrote that down, and they read it aloud just to make him look like more of a dumbass than he already was. And then they took his rank away. Then they bastardized him. They allowed him time to retort. He couldn't come up with a good enough fucking argument or justification for it. Then they slammed him on that in
Why
front of
didn't he
everyone.
just tell the truth? Hey, I was drinking. I had a good night. A couple strippers and I had a good time. We went back to my place. They brought some cocaine out. I'm sorry. I messed up.
That would have been a better story, but
That's what you do.
But he still would have got fucked. They still would have fucking burned him for
Not
it.
that, but you own up to it. Don't make up some stupid excuse. Say what happened, unless it was really dirty.
Well, that's the thing is no
Must
one
have been
actually
really
knows the
dirty.
real fucking story as to what he was doing.
Wonder what he did.
I don't know. He was a goofy dude. I watched that guy actually punch a Marine in the face once. He got hit.
Sounds like this guy might have had it coming.
He
Huh?
had this dude was unlucky as fuck. I watched him get hit by a car once. The same guy. Yeah, he was just walking from the building to the smoking area, and when another one of my friends who lives here in Kansas now literally plowed into him as he was walking. It was hilarious to watch. It was like one of those really clumsy falls.
It wasn't his fault.
It was my buddy's fault. He was on his cell phone, looking down, wasn't paying attention, just hit him. It was hilarious.
Oh man.
The dude was fine. Like, he walked away
Sure.
okay, but he's just an unlucky guy. But yeah, he got popped for cocaine. They destroyed him, defaced him, and everything, kicked him out. And then
Did other people really care, other than like the higher ranking people? But did other people like, come on, man? All right, we get it. He did a cocaine, but did like his
no,
platoon?
no. There's a whole
His company.
There's a whole politics issue behind it. During the Obama administration, the Marine Corps was at a strength of, I believe, 215,000 Marines. And I worry about having too much dialogue on the subject matter because the last thing I want to do is deface the value of the Marine Corps.
Uh-huh.
I hate doing this sometimes, but I think this is somewhat educational to an extent. So we're at the strength of around 215,000. That was at the height of OIF, Enduring Freedom and Iraqi Freedom. A lot of Marines. Well, that's a lot of tax fucking money. Like, a lot of money. So what do we got to do? Well, Obama says we got to save some money, bro. We need to get rid of these military service members. So what happens is he says, all right, this is my goal. I want to get rid of 50,000 Marines by this point in time. So then the shit rolls downhill. It starts as a small statement up top, but as it goes down the hill from the chain of command.
So he's saying, hey, we have to thin the herd.
Yeah.
And
we're
do
not-
that how you can, like get a little bit more strict with policies.
Yes
or...
and no. That's how it was interpreted by a lot of the generals and the higher up officers. They're like, oh, we need to get rid of fools fast.
Okay.
And what happened was you took this version of like the community where like before, if you got a DUI when you're in the military, it didn't end your career. It was a
Right.
slap on the wrist. You went on. Now it ends your career. You're fucked. I don't care what kind of Marine you are. You cannot survive a DUI. You can't survive any alcohol related instances.
Right.
You won't be allowed to be promoted or re-enlist. Before that wasn't a problem, but during the Obama administration, that became a thing. So what happens is all these officers, these colonels, these lieutenant colonels, these generals are like, anytime anyone fucks up, throw the book at them. Everything that you can, get them the fuck out. This is the new
Okay.
Marine Corps. We need to thin the herd.
Okay.
And That
Was
might
this,
not have
was this just the Marine Corps, or was this all
branches, but the Marine Corps specifically, because I was so personally attuned to it, it seems a little more gratuitous.
Were they going after more of the enlisted people, or were they just going after everybody?
Anybody, if you got caught doing anything, you got burned. Like, for instance, I had this really amazing Sergeant Major, Bronze Star recipient, saved people, like total fucking badass Sergeant Major. He got burned at the stake because he accidentally got caught sleeping with a corporal, a female corporal. Now, that is bad. But he got forced to retire because of that. Like, he's a quintessential cornerstone.
Was he married?
No.
Was she?
No. Nope. But they forced him to retire for it. And he was amazing. He's the kind of guy, you walk into a room, you get inspired to run up a mountain and kill someone. Like, he was that badass.
Somebody had it out for him, though, right?
It's just the politics of the new scene. And it really sucked. And it put a hard crunch on the entire military. And a lot of guys started getting kicked out for shit. And right around this time, man, we had a big issue on base on Miramar. I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but there's a lot of rumors. It's like high school. But from what I can deduce about accurate stuff, there was a Hispanic Marine who had family involved with an illegal drug operation, which was already like, okay, that's kind of weird. That's not typical. Marines typically hold themselves to a higher standard and disassociate themselves from that. But this particular Marine was still pretty tight with this familia. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And he somehow built an organization within the Marine Corps on base for acid, which is like LSD. So what him and now, as far as the overall number of guys, I've not got an accurate statement on that. But from what I can surmise was a minimum of 3 Marines on Miramar were actually dealing.
What's Myanmar?
Miramar is the air station. That's the base for where like all the jets and helicopters are worked on for the Marine Corps. Not all of them, but
where's
like
that at though?
It's San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Okay.
Yeah, so allegedly the Marine with ties to the Familia had cartel ties. They were feeding him LSD, and then he was selling it. He had 3 distributors on the base that he was affiliated to.
Really?
Yeah, they were also enlisted Marines, and then they were just selling it.
To who?
Whoever would buy it. I don't know if it was. I don't know the details of
It's
how
a
many
hard
Marines.
drug to sell. You're not. They're not selling it on base, are they?
Allegedly, yes. Allegedly, yes. But
do you know how stupid that is? Do you know how quickly that word, the LSD, is on base? Base is a very small community.
Yeah.
A very small community.
Yes.
And when just a couple people are tripping acid, that's going to get out really quick.
Well,
You've got to be a moron to think you can get away with that.
And it did. They all got fucking busted. And it was insane. The day they got busted.
Well, they deserve to get busted then,
yeah.
you idiots.
No, they're fucking retarded.
Jeez.
Not
like, what's the point of that? Were they trying to get rich off of it?
I have no idea. I just know what they were doing and the actions that came afterwards. So the day that the bust started happening, the whole base was on fire. There were sirens and shit going off everywhere. And everyone was kind of, what the fuck's going on here?
Military police and all the military fire department.
Yeah. It was crazy.
The big yellow fire trucks.
Yeah. Yeah, they were like green too. But anyways, the whole base was lighting up, and I remember all of a sudden rumors started flying around, like, "Oh, dude, somebody got busted with drugs on base," and then I kept getting more information, and then all of a sudden, we get told we're doing a basically it's like where they go into your rooms and they just search everything.
Right.
So they do a surprise room inspection. They bring the entire command. They put us out in a courtyard.
Right.
And they can open up our rooms. They can go through anything they want. It's government property.
We're
government property.
Yep.
Yeah. They can privacy. What's that?
Right.
You don't have that anymore. So they start going through all our shit. They start pulling out because you're only allowed to have a certain amount of alcohol in your barracks room. You can't have blades over X amount of inches, knives, stuff like that. And they're just walking, all these staff NCOs walking along these, and they're just screaming out, "Oh, whose shit is this?" And a lot of weird shit got found too, like dildos and pocket pussies. Oh yeah. That was another weird thing. Surprise room inspections. Nobody hides their sex toys. They're not prepared for it.
Huh.
There's some weird shit going on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But that's not illegal. It's just embarrassing.
Oh yeah. But
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Just really embarrassing, especially because they're actually.
Is it, or are you like, shit? I wish I would have thought of that. Wish I would have had a fleshlight. Wait, where'd you get that? I'm gonna get one for.
Yeah, so it was kind of crazy, and then all of a sudden, all the higher ups are like, they're all sitting us down and talking to us about it. They're going over the ethos of the foundations of the Marine Corps and trying to have like big meetings and trying to inspire unit camaraderie to combat this particular issue, and it sucks. Anytime anything bad happens on a large scale in the military, they have to sit us down and talk to us like children.
Right.
You shouldn't do this. Like, no shit. We're not the assholes that did it. Why are you telling us?
Right.
But, oh well.
Bureaucrats.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I saw some crazy shit in the barracks, too, dude. Crazy. The barracks, the whole life in there, it's like college amplified times 10. Everyone thinks when
With
they're in
no
college.
chicks.
Yeah, there's chicks.
Oh, are there?
Yeah. That's what Tinder was for. Everyone was on Tinder back then. There was one time I was walking to the chow hall. Chow hall's where you go to get food. It's like a cafeteria.
Yeah.
And I would just kind of like, no, nonchalantly walking around. And I kind of looking up this stairwell, and I see this chick wearing a pink shirt, or I thought it was a child wearing a pink shirt. It's like, who the fuck is bringing their kid to the barracks? Like, that's not okay.
Right.
Like, this is a terrible place to bring a child. And I'm like, kind of like, what the fuck? And I double take again. I look back. Dude's got a little person, hand in hand. It was his girlfriend. He was walking her up to his room to smash. The shit I
Little
would
people
see.
need love too.
I ain't mad at him.
Wow.
To each their own. But yeah, there's a lot of weird shit went on in the barracks, man.
I spent a hot minute. I did basic training.
Yeah? Where
Yeah.
at?
Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Army.
Muggy, hot, gross.
Did it in October,
that's not too bad.
September. September. There were some cold mornings, but it was pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, my issue is I had fun in basic training.
You're fucking crazy.
You're not supposed to have fun.
No, you're not.
So they said, hey, you kind of need to do basic training again. You don't have any military bearing.
What?
And I said, yeah, not going to happen. How about you just send me home?
That's probably a smart move.
So it's called a Chapter 11.
Uh-huh.
And so I chaptered out.
Okay.
So I gave it a shot. Realized apparently it was not for me.
For some people, it's not. I don't recommend it to all people.
Yeah.
When I do, which is very rare, because I feel like it's like this weird, uncomfortable thing when you're like, well, you should join the military. People
It's
get
for some
weird.
people. It's for
Yeah.
some people for sure.
I recommend it to people that are lost.
Mhm.
If you're definitely wandering about life aimlessly and you have no fucking idea what you're going to do, that will give you a sense of direction.
If you want to get out of a bad situation.
Yeah.
I think for the
100%.
hood, I
Yeah.
mean, my basic training was full of people from the hood. At least those were
Mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what was crazy? Is my perception of racism vastly changed when I joined.
Oh, for sure.
I definitely had some preconceived notions of other ethnicities before I went
yeah?
in. You know, I grew up in Kansas, conservative Kansas.
Sure.
Then I joined the military, and it was like took away all these preconceived notions that I might have had about other ethnicities. I became friends with black people.
Oh, you get all thrown in the mix and you're all on
Yeah.
the same team.
Yeah, and we're all just living the
Yeah.
suck, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
it's like, bro, get over here,
Yeah.
man. You just become buddies. Yeah, like if I was even in the slightest bit racist whatsoever, the moment I got into boot camp, nope, no more.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was just really interesting having this one-on-one dialogue with people you would traditionally be socially ostracized from based on, where you grew up in your community. And now you're all stuck in it together. You get to talk, and all of a sudden you're like, this dude's no different from me, really.
Yeah.
And it was actually a really beautiful
That's
thing.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah, joining the military definitely does that. You
Nope.
just see green, shades of green. That's what they say.
Yeah. That is what they say.
Green. Everyone's green. Everyone's in the suck together. It's good.
It is good. It's good for a lot of people.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's definitely one of those deals where you no two people get the same experience. So mine
Yeah.
is vastly different from yours, and
Oh, yeah.
and vice versa. So when I recommend it to
Well,
people,
I was a military brat too, so
so
there was a whole nother.
I'm surprised you even considered joining. I've never met a military brat that actually wanted to join.
Well, I had a good experience. I didn't have like the typical military dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
That's good though.
No, it was great.
Yeah.
It was really good. I saw those military dads, and yeah, glad mine wasn't one. I would not have done well with that.
My dad didn't want me to join the military.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was funny.
I know my mom didn't.
Oh no, for sure. My dad. I told him I want to join the Marine Corps, which, by the way, was a bitch move.
Yeah.
Because my best friend is the reason I joined the Marine Corps. I wanted to join the Air Force because I was a smart kid. I got a really good ASVAB score. I was like, I'm gonna join the Air Force. It's chill. It's easy. There's hot chicks everywhere. This will be like the gig. Better food. Better place to live. Then my buddy joined the Marine Corps. I was like, I can't be a bitch to him.
Really?
Yeah. It
That's
was
what it
literally
was?
a pride thing. That's the
That's
only reason I
funny.
joined the
Wow.
Marine Corps.
Wow. Kids are so stupid.
No shit. And looking back, I was like, I wish I would join the Air Force, man.
Kids are so stupid.
Yeah, they are.
Well, speaking of, like I said, you're like the younger version of me. I'm going to start mentoring you.
Okay.
You're going to give me some pictures and step my Tinder game up.
I got you.
I want to do this again.
I do. This is fun.
This was a good time.
Yeah. I like this.
Yeah, good.
Podcasts are great.
How can people check your stuff out, man? Go ahead and take this moment to pimp your wares.
Pimp myself out. On Instagram, I am at Braydon Hopper, BRAYDON _ Hopper, HOPPER. Yep, you can find me there. Facebook as well, Braydon Hopper, spelled the same way. Yeah, give me out. I'm open and willing to hear out. If you're a creative person looking to find your voice or inspiration, or you need help, please reach out to me. I am all about inclusivity within the community. We are all out to help each other, to build each other. You know, you're only as strong as your weakest link. And I really want to make a lot of money in this game one day. So if I can elevate everyone else around me to do that, that's awesome.
Tide rises all ships.
Yes.
Amen, man.
Amen to that, brother.
I love it.
I like
Thank
that.
you so much.
Thank
Everybody,
you.
thank you for listening and being here. I don't know. Find me on Instagram, Neander Talk Pod.
Or Tinder.
That's it. Or Tinder.
Or Tinder.
Ryan.
I'll be on
age
there too.
39.
Braydon, age 26.
Boom. Come catch us out together. Wingmaning it up.
Yeah.
Robin, thank you for being here. Appreciate you, the man.
Thank you, sir.
And
Nice to
that
meet-
bad boy. Peace out, everybody.